Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. Yo, what's going on? So I thought today was going to be a long ass show, and it definitely is, because if I look at an hour here at about an hour there. So yeah, I think this one is going to be longer, but it's not going to be as long as I thought it was going to be, because I thought I was going to have almost 5 calls today, but I only had 2. So the call with Britzy, it was never confirmed. So that was actually my bad. Not that I did or did not confirm it or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just I was planning on it, but we never even talked about a time. She just asked when I was free for a call, and I said, yeah, on Monday, anytime after 10. And for some reason, I got it in my head that we were going to have a call at 10, because it seems like we've had 2 calls in the past, I believe, and they both been at 10. So I just thought, 10, whatever. That didn't happen. Not a huge deal. But then I did have a call with, Dawson at 2:30. Then I had a call with Riley at 4. And for some reason, dude, the Riley call will not sync to my MacBook. Thank goodness it has a transcription and everything on my phone, because I don't know if you read the description on, I think 2 episodes ago, but there was no transcription available, so I couldn't summarize anything. Obviously, I could type it out. Didn't want to, so I just had ChatGPT give me a whole description in my format just based on the title alone, so that was kind of funny. But anyway, so today was actually, what did I just do? Dude, just fuck off, bro. Dude, iPhones are great and Apple apps are great, except for when they're not, and then they're the worst. It's just some of the interfaces, it's like, dude, who thinks this is cool? Who thinks this is a good idea? A collective team said, yes, excellent. So weird to me. Anyway, so I had a call with 2 people today, and that's why that's why this episode is so long. So I recorded the whole thing start to finish, and I actually said my phone number out loud on this, and so I paused the voice memo, re-recorded over it, and so that was an oopsie. Started saying my phone number, and I was like, oh, whoa, wait. So yeah, paused it, kept going with the call, then rewinded, maybe 15 seconds. Then I just recorded over it. So the guy's like, what's your phone number? And I'm like, it's 8, and then it cuts. And then I'm like, you think I'm going to get my phone number over the fucking podcast or whatever I said? I don't know. So that's pretty funny. Almost made a big oopsie. Almost had to change my phone number. But so yeah, I got 2 calls today, both an hour long. Spoiler alert, I am now working for Dawson 2 hours a day, and that's going to start tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. And I'm hyped about that. And then we have what I think is going to be just projects for Riley for the time being. But he's got a whole different kind of model. He does not do sales calls. He does not do check-in forms. He has 350 clients. They're all girls. And I don't understand. Like, he's showing me kind of the systems that he has, and they look fine. But my first thought is, dude, if you just get some filtering going, you fill out one form and everything goes exactly where it needs to go. It's just kind of no work at all for anybody. It's just somebody fills out a form and it goes to the right people. They take care of it. Bada bang, dude. So I don't know. There was a lot that we talked about, and one thing that I learned today was that I need to have notes prepared, or I need to have some kind of checklist of things that I talk about, because the first phone call, I feel fine. The second phone call, I was like, did I already talk about this? Did I already mention this? Was it him that I said this to? Was it the other guy? Did we have a conversation in the DMs? Can't remember. And so I lost my train of thought quite a bit while we were talking, just kind of like trying to make sure that I was sounding good enough. And yeah, I started, trailing off a little bit, tried to bring myself back. But yeah, so lesson learned. Make sure you have some notes or a little checklist of things you want to go over, or some kind of framework to keep yourself on track with these things. That would have been helpful for me. And so, having 2 back-to-back, it wasn't really back-to-back. There was a little bit of time between them. But dude, what was crazy, it was 2 calls in about 3 hours, both an hour long. And people probably have like 5, 6, 7, 8 calls a day, and they do their own thing. And I'm like, how the fuck do people do this? Is nuts, dude. People do this, it's insane to me. Like with whatever it is, whatever industry they're in, there's just Zoom call after Zoom call. It's just, fuck, dude. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was presenting something. I was trying to explain something, trying to sell something that I don't even know how to sell, Caught myself talking way too much and just, just dominating the conversation. Don't like that. I don't know. Maybe it's like an insecurity. It's like I don't know. I don't want any awkward silence. So I know that if I keep on talking, there will not be awkward silence. So I don't know. Part of me thinks that I really am just have so much to say, and I'm just overthinking everything. So whatever. But anyway, so you'll hear both of these Zoom calls at the end of this show. It's 2 hours worth. So if you want to skip it, then you can go ahead. But I'm just going to share my thoughts and everything now. So if you don't want to listen to them, you don't have to. But yeah. So that happened today. It was awesome. I have one more call tomorrow with a guy named Trey. This guy seems the most serious out of everybody. And I'm very excited about that because with Trey being serious and with Dawson, me being hired by him, I don't even know what his thing is called. I was fixating over what the fuck his goddamn LED light on his wall said. It was a custom thing. And built something. I think I could look it up really quick. Let's be respectful. What the fuck's this guy's name? So you can look him up on social media. I guess he's got like 3.5 million followers across, or 1.5 million followers. I don't know, across all social. That's just fucking great. And here I am just talking to him. That's cool. So it is team built by Dawson. No, it's something else. Let me click his application. What happens? Built by Dawson. Well, it says built by Dawson. I don't think that's what I saw on his wall, though.
I'm coming at you with another win today because I fucking feel like it. So my client, Vicky, she's been working with me for...
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I got hired with him. It's going to be 2 hours a day. I think the role is going to be pretty much identical to what I'm doing for Mina, but, different businesses have different needs. There are different points, different phases. So it seems like I'm going to be doing more kind of, this is cool, dude. It seems like I'm going to be doing more. So he sent me a PDF, and I'm going to read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's pretty big, but we're going back and forth. I sent him a whole bunch of ideas. He sent me a PDF. He says, this is what ChatGPT came up with for ideas as well. And it's a 30, 60, 90-day plan. And so never mind that this is AI generated. A prompt was needed to get this response. So what was the prompt? I don't know, but you can kind of think backwards and figure out what kind of... I mean, it definitely didn't come up with the 30, 60, 90. So that was definitely Dawson's idea. So, and that's not a bad thing. It's just trying to figure out. If it's from ChatGPT, it comes from a prompt. What was the prompt? So I'm just kind of working backwards. So day 0 through 30, understand every part of the business, find inefficiencies and build trust with the team. Then there's a whole bunch of different tasks. The deliverables will be audit summaries, full client journey map, KPI dashboard template, weekly ops call schedule. Day 31 through 60, systematize and solve. So build and implement systems to eliminate friction and improve retention, a whole bunch of tasks, blah, blah, blah. Deliverables, SOP docs, onboarding automation, client save system, weekly retention tracker. Not a big deal. And then we have this one right here. So day 61 through 90, optimize and lead. What's that? Own retention, efficiency, and operations. Tasks, a whole bunch of shit. Deliverables, dude. Monthly ops report, client feedback training, renewal automation, first fully self-led ops project. Oh, I think I completely missed what I was trying to. Oh, yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to read it. So with each one, with all the tasks, the first one would be shadow each department. So every department, map the full client journey from lead to renewal, audit KPIs, retention, churn, refund percentage, lifetime value. Identify top 3 inefficiencies per department, start and run weekly Zoom ops calls. What? Like I'm leading the team with operation? That's fucking crazy. Okay. Then we have create SOPs for top 5 recurring issues, overhaul onboarding, build a client save system, automate team workflows across the coaching, sales, setting, tracking, track retention, and flag at-risk clients. Doesn't seem anything crazy. And then create monthly ops reports, run coaching quality audits. That's crazy. Launch 1 new automation system per month. Host ops and team-wide meetings. Lead self-chosen efficiency project. SOP operations manager role. Operations manager. Reports to CEO. Main KPI ownership, client retention, and time to onboard, time to renew, refund percentage, time efficiency ratings. Responsibilities. Client experience and retention. Monitor client journeys and resolve issues early. Own client save system. Part of me doesn't understand like the own part. Like, am I my own, or I'm owning the, or is OWN some kind of acronym for obsessive walrus nutting? I don't know, dude. So track weekly check-ins and flag risks. Ensure clients are supported and renewed. Problem solving and team efficiency. Identify and fix bottlenecks. Write and maintain SOPs. Track team compliance. Facilitate cross-team communication. I don't know how much of this is going to be actual real life for me, but it is what he sent to me. So he definitely didn't send this to me for us to just kind of throw it away. So there's a lot of that in there that I will be doing if I had to guess. And I'm stoked. So it's gonna be different from what I'm doing with Mina, and that's cool. Just different opportunities, different projects, different tasks, you name it. One thing that is kind of cool is that there's, we're talking about leading, we're talking about hosting or leading the operations calls and showing the team where we can improve. Dude, I didn't foresee myself ever being that guy that was fucking got a little, chopstick pointing at a whiteboard that's like, and here we can actually improve by 35% if we increase client retention. I just never thought I'd be that guy, but here we are. So, you know what? We're going to segue into this. Dude, how come? Like, why? So why are nerdy ass people, why are they generally never showered? Why are they generally have big ass beards, glasses, fat? Why? Like, these stereotypes exist for a reason, but like, why though? I probably sound like an asshole saying this, but like, I don't fit that stereotype. I don't think anybody would look at me and say, oh yeah, fucking nerd who likes Minecraft, Yu-Gi-Oh, likes numbers, math, and figuring out equations and data and all this stuff. Like, I don't think people would think that. When I think, I don't know. Just like when you think of Pokemon, like, think of the guy in your head. I guarantee you the person you thought of is probably like either fat or stinky. Dude, this is so, I guess, mean, but like, it's truth though. We have stereotypes for a reason. Why are people who are into computers, not always, but most of the time, why are they just so, and weird and just awkward? So I don't know, going to hell for all this. I'm just an observation. I'm allowed to make observations. It's just something, fuck, you can make that same thing on the opposite side. Like, why are, this is stupid, but it's proof. Why are basketball players always so tall? It's just a stereotype, when someone's tall, it's like, oh, you play basketball? I know why tall people play basketball, because it's, but just an easy example. Got to have some on both sides. But anyway, so that's my little rant right there, or a little segue. It's just, I don't know. I get ads for different shit, and when I see the person, I'm like, I know exactly what this is for. And 99.385% of the time, I'm always right. So, fuck. Anyway, so this is pretty cool. So obviously this comes with money, and I didn't do any sort of negotiation. You'll hear it in the call. I literally said, I'm getting paid this much from Mina and PT Dom, whatever. You know, it's what I told them to match my current job. They said, yes, that's cool. But honestly, man, like if you're willing to go above that, that's awesome. Pretty weird question to ask if you'll pay me more, but it is what it is. Just want to be straight up with you. We laughed, and he said, yeah, no problem. We can definitely, work on getting raises as we go. And I was like, okay, cool. And I just don't think I'm worried. I want more money. I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm fine. And like, give me all the money, pay me $500 an hour, but I don't know, dude. I just want to do the work, get paid, and we'll go from there. I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't feel like I should be doing that, because part of me still feels like maybe like I don't know what I'm doing, but I mean, clearly I do. Clearly I do. I mean, if I have 6 people reach out and say, hey, shit, I've heard great things about you, Brian and Cole said yada, yada. And then Mina vouches for me, and then Mina's stoked about it. And he wants to, like clearly I'm doing something right to some extent. So, and I don't think there's any reason to feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but so obviously that comes with more money. So what I did was I went back into my spreadsheet to figure out when I could pay what things off when. And this changes everything for me. So one thing is for damn certain is Mina will stay the same, and I'm not worried about that. The other thing that will stay the same is PT Dom. Now I'm honestly just kind of like mentally ruling out the money for that, because I'm 10 days in to the month. Well, today's June 9th. Happy 13-month anniversary to Lexi and I. And I've clocked, why did I say it that way? I clocked 2.7 hours this month. 2.7, which, yes, that's ass, but as far as the month goes, I'm not that far behind, because what's needed is 1.5 hours a day on average. So if we are 9 days in right now, 13 points. So I'm 11 hours behind for the month. Now, truthfully speaking, I can make that up in a day. Maybe not now, actually, because now that I have two new gigs, but 2 afternoons, I make that up, and I'm back on track. I don't know. My first shift ever with PT Dom was 11 hours. And that was when I made the first social media tracker. Anyway. So with that being said, I don't know. It's just so wishy-washy. Hours are hit and miss. Maybe they'll go up, but I got hit with this today. So I'm talking with Britzy, because she finally messaged me back, and she says, hi, sure, let me grab that for you ASAP. To the question that I asked, hey, can you send me that sheet so I can make sure that it's all good to go? That was on Friday, okay? And then I said, awesome, I don't think we confirmed a time for the call either. Does today work still, or should we plan on another day? And she says, let's plan for another day, but I'm also asking a team of mentors we have access to see if they have a way of building this for us within one of their softwares. If they can, then we'd save time on you working with all the formulas, but I am waiting to hear back from them. Dude, don't save time working on formulas. Don't. I want to get paid, And I said, sounds good. Speaking of which, have you guys ever considered using Notion for a lot of this? And she says, I remember it's been mentioned before, and I don't recall if it was you as well when we first got started, ? Are you experienced with it? I said, I don't think so, but yes, I do have experience. Borderline obsessed with it, to be honest. Spreadsheets are better in some regard, but Notion is definitely fantastic for visuals and organization. And the conversation ended there at 3:42 p.m. It started at 1:20, ended at 3:40. Just communicate with me, please, dude. I don't need you to talk to me 24/7, but just say, hey, dude, honestly, just say, hey, I'm clocking out, bro. We'll talk tomorrow. That blows ass, but at least I know. All good. So anyway, that's where that is. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get them to use Notion as well. Brian, I was told from Nick, the video guy, that Brian does not like Notion, but I would have to assume that's because it is intimidating when you go to first use it. And fifth try is a charm. So I tried typing. I tried typing that to one of the guys that reached out. Fifth try is Well, hold on. This is proof. 5th try is a charm. Like 3rd try is a charm. And I literally typed, I didn't send it, but I literally typed 5th tries a time. And I was looking at it and I was like, I don't think that's what it is. So I backspaced, and I said 5th charms or something like that. And then I was like, whoa, what the fuck is it? It's third time's a charm. 5th time's a charm. I think it's just because it said 5th, not 3rd. Whatever. Anyway, what the fuck, dude? This voice cracking bullshit is nonsense. Okay. Anyway, today was cool. I'm pumped about this. But I'll tell you what, dude, it does have me feeling like, I don't know, man. It's just nuts. I don't even have the thing set up with Trey yet. Obviously, I have a call tomorrow. If I had to guess, it would just be 2 hours a day. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just project work. I don't know. This guy's been the most engaged with conversation. He has been. We've talked the most. We've sent the most messages. Seems like a very personable guy. I don't know. And he's already said, yeah, let's get you on the team ASAP. And we haven't even had a Zoom call. And so I don't know what he knows or who he talks to or whatever. But this is what's going through my head. So 2 hours with Mina, 2 hours with, dude, straight up, Mina's the number one priority because I wouldn't even have these opportunities if it weren't for him. Not necessarily anyway. So, no, I just wouldn't, bro. Because if you wouldn't have made me the ops guy, I wouldn't have even tried with Notion, and I wouldn't. So, a lot of credit goes to Mina. So loyalties are there. So Mina comes first, right? Not like Mina, the man, but like his company, he got me a huge chunk of what's going on here. So I feel like I just owe it to that. So anyway, 2 hours for ME Fitness. Hey, ChatGPT, it is the letter M, the letter E, fitness. It is not EMMY. It is ME Fitness. It is never anything other than 2 letters, fitness. Got it? Thanks. God damn it. Okay. So we have ME Fitness, 2 hours. So we'll say that's 8 to 10. And then we've got Dawson. Don't know the name. Built by Dawson? It's got to be. And that's 2 hours as well. So 10 to noon. And then we've probably got Trey. We'll just say I'm sure it won't line up this way. Or maybe it will. I don't know. And then we got him 12 to 2. So I feel like I need to get way more organized and way more committed to some sort of schedule, and then just stick with that schedule and make some shit happen. So that part of me wants to move things around so that way I am like, I don't know. I don't want to be forced to, like, what I love is being able to go to the gym at any point in the morning that I want, or exercise or whatever, any point in the morning that I want. I don't like the thought that I would be forced to go in the morning, like the early morning, or at 2. I don't want to. I want to go at the time. Like that. So it sounds so dumb. But if you're a gym goer and you've been going for a while, you'll know that just like, bro, you just can't go to the gym like after 3 or 4. It's just too fucking busy. Some happened in the last 4 or 5 years. Gyms are just too fucking busy, dude. Props to everybody trying to get their fitness on and take care of themselves. I'm all for that. And I will always support people trying to get in shape, but don't be at the same gym I'm at when you're doing that, go, I don't know. So props to people who are doing that, but also, dude, fuck, like something happened, bro. I swear gyms were not this busy when I was like truthfully, before I moved. So like this is pre-COVID, gyms were just not busy. They just weren't. Like you could go to the gym at 7 o'clock and it was busy, you know what I mean? But it was like, you could still get in a machine. You could still grab the weights you needed. You were fine. Now it's like 4 o'clock to fucking midnight. Don't go to the gym, It's probably not. It's probably like 4 o'clock to, like truthfully, it's probably like 3:30 to 9:30. It's just don't go. And I feel like the mornings are also pretty shitty as well. I went to the gym. I don't even know when it was. It was a while ago. I went to the gym, I think it was like 6 or 7. And I'm sitting here like, it's 6 a.m., bro. And I went and it was so busy. I keep on circling back. All I'm trying to say is gyms did not used to be this busy. I don't know what the fuck happened. So it's very annoying. So point being, I don't want to be forced to go to the gym after 2 o'clock. So I kind of want to either wake up earlier, clock in for Mina or something, 2-hour gap, hit the gym, come back, resume work, and do my thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I just want to, I don't know, dude. Like, honestly, what goes through my mind is like, what if maybe I'm just not at that phase of life where I can have that freedom yet to just go to the gym whenever the fuck I want to go to the gym. Maybe I haven't unlocked that yet, and I want to try to get that, but I'm not there yet. It sounds dumb, but it's just like things work out so much better as far as this working goes when it's in the morning time. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to wake up earlier, period, and get work going. So maybe I start work at 6. That way I'm ending everything at noon, and I'll go to the gym around 12:30 or 1. I don't know. But like what goes through my mind right now is I know in the future I won't have to worry about this because I will have a home gym, and it'll be a nice one, and I'll have all the things that I need. And I could bring a desk out there and work and whatever. I could just do my shit on my laptop. I don't know. I just, what goes through my mind? Like one day this is not going to be a problem because I can just walk 30 feet to my home gym, whatever or however that looks, and I can get my shit in there. I don't have to worry about driving to a gym or whatever. And I'm sure I'll keep a gym membership for the social aspect, because if all I did was sit here on my computer and then go and work out in my garage and then see Lexi when she came home, I just wouldn't see people ever. And so I think I just need to force myself to go outside. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'll get there. But yeah, it does have me, this whole thing does have me feeling like I need to get some shit together and be a little bit more punctual with things, like if I'm going to work however long for whoever, I need to do that, like fucking wrap it up, move on to the next thing, I also feel like I've been neglecting my like reading and just kind of learning, self-development. And so I definitely want to make time for that. And the truth is I have nothing but time. I don't have, like, I just, financially speaking right now, I'm the best I've ever been in my life as far as income goes. It's cool because you guys have heard me talk on the show. Like I've been negative money in the per month recurring, like negative 1,000 for months. And so I've been going into debt using credit cards. And guess what? It's almost like it doesn't fucking matter because I made it out. You know what I mean? And I can only say that now with confidence because I actually am doing it, When I said it back then, it's just like, fuck, dude, this blows, But it's cool now to look back and be like, yeah, I said that. And guess what? It was true. Like I was going into debt $1,000 per month, and that was probably dumb. I don't know what else to say. I had $4,800 in expenses or whatever it was. What is it? 43 something in expenses. And I was making 3,200 or something like that take home per month. So there is some misalignment there. So I was going into debt every single month. And I don't know, dude, maybe it's just me being an arrogant bastard, but saying all that and that being true, and then also saying I don't give a shit about a credit score, what? I don't want to buy a house. I don't need any of that shit. I'm not trying to buy a new car anytime soon, which is actually kind of false. I do want a new car, so interesting. And it just being 100% true, just don't give a shit. And then I don't know. Just mixed feelings, I guess, about stuff like that because it's so different than what's normal. And I feel like I have so many different thoughts and opinions that are very different than what is normal or typical. And I've had instances pretty much only with family where I say something and then I get questioned. And it's like, it's not that I can't explain why I think something. It's just like, I don't even want to get into it because it's like the person that I'm talking to can't even fathom the idea of somebody else doing something that's different. And not necessarily just family, but I don't know, like small things like this. Oh, why don't you have furniture? And it's like, well, because I don't want to just sit on my ass. It's like, that's so unusual. Like, that's so, oh, you think you're better than me? Like, I'm not going to say that, but like, why do people have couches and TVs? It's very obvious. They want to sit down, relax, and watch a show. There's nothing wrong with that, period. However, I don't want to do that, so I don't have a TV and I don't have a couch. I have a fucking air mattress and a monitor. I'm just playing. But you know what I mean? And so if somebody's like coming at me for that, because they have in the past, like, that's so fucking weird that you don't have furniture. And I'm like, well, why the fuck? What's weird to me is buying shit to put in my house to not use it. It's fucking weird. Why would I do that? That's a waste of time and money and energy and effort. Why would I do that? But they don't see that because it's like, oh, you have a couch. You must sit on, you must use it. You must sit on it. And so, you know, just small shit like that. For me to say that I don't believe in traditional, you know, savings and retirement, because I fully believe that by the time I reach that age, I will have millions upon millions of dollars diversified or saved or whatever, put into whatever. Like, it's just, I'm not gonna, like, to even say that out loud, it just makes you feel like kind of scummy. Like, I think I'm so much better than everybody else. That's not what it is, dude. It's just like, I like doing what I'm doing. Clearly I'm making money now. Nothing crazy whatsoever. But like, I'm everything that's going on right now is because of my desire to do shit and kind of do things differently. If I wanted to go get a job somewhere, I could very well just go get a job somewhere. I could go be a FedEx driver right now. You would spend all my time doing that during the day. You know, like, play it out, dude. I go work for FedEx full time again. Let's say I'm even working 6 days a week, making, what would that be? Like $1,200, $1,400 a week. And I'm double dipping with that and the deferred resignation, right? Then October comes, then I'm off the double dip. And then I'm just FedEx again. And then what do I do? You know? Like, I'm making stuff happen for me, and it's cool. And the more that I do this, I don't know, I just feel like I feel like I'm just a lot less I'm a lot less caring about things that used to really concern me. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's like I don't care about being active on social media or posting things, or, you know, and I actually want to get back on social and just kind of do social media a little bit differently and post stuff about this podcast, stuff about coding and stuff like that. And I probably will, but I just want to, I haven't given a shit, dude. Like, usually I'm posting stuff on my story, like political stuff, and trying to stir the pot. And I always want to do that, but it's just like, I just don't care enough anymore. It's just, and maybe that'll change tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'm just riding a little phase. It could very well be the case. But right now I'm just kind of, I don't know. There was once a lot of ego, and it probably still is, but there was once a lot of ego for me to post on social media, to be seen as the fitness guy, the guy that has a fitness business who knows all the shits about fitness and nutrition and building muscle and stuff like that. And I think maybe it was just so exhausting trying to fit that persona of, hey, I'm Bryson, I'm the fitness guy, I know everything there is, and, you know, come to me, I'm the master. I don't know. I never thought that, but I tried to, I don't know. It's just like I was trying to play that character. And now that I'm not, it's like, I don't really give a shit if people think that I gave up on my fitness goals or my fitness or the fitness coaching goals, or if I gave up, or if I couldn't do it, or I truthfully couldn't give a shit, because now, dude, what I'm doing is some shit that I think is fucking awesome, very entertaining, very fun, and I'm getting paid to do it. I'm getting paid more to do this than I was fitness coaching, you know? If you look in the description of the podcast here, I've got a running tally of my finances for everything since my first sale with fitness coaching, over the phone, I should say, on December 20th of last year. And since then, I've made $6,720. So, actually, what's crazy is, oh, wait, no, that's wrong. So in 10 days, that'll be 6 months. And in 10 days, I think I'll have one more payment. And I think that'll be about $450, something like that. I don't know. So that'll put me about $7,000. So $7,000 in the first half year of really trying to do this entrepreneurship. Now, I don't think I'm being entrepreneurial right now, I mean, I guess I am, because I have come up with a solution to problems and I'm applying myself. I don't know. I'm reaching out to people to give them my solution. And I guess just so happens that they bring me on and they pay me to do this almost hourly. I feel like that almost makes me an employee, but like I'm the contractor, right? Because I'm looking for people to hire me for work. So they hire me for work. I do the work, but it's kind of like my call. If I don't want to do it, then I'm out of a job. But I don't want to do it, and I'm not going to service them. So is that entrepreneurial? I don't know. Either way, it is business because I'm making money, and that's I'm providing a service. So whether or not that's entrepreneurship at its core, at its at the root of the word entrepreneurship, I don't know, and I don't really give a shit, to be honest. But that's the revenue tracker at the bottom. So as of right now, it's $6,720 of income since my first deposit made on a sales call on December 20th. Is that guy that joined and then bailed out and then refused to message me back. Just quite frankly, pussied the fuck out. All good. And it is his birthday coming up soon. So stoked to be able to send a message and say, hey, happy birthday. Hold on one sec. I'm going to pause and be right back. All right. And I'm back. I have really no idea what I was talking about. I think I was talking about the money. That's what I got pulled up right here. So yeah, in 6 months, first 6 months of tracking all this shit since my first sale, I did $7,000. So the idea is to track this stuff and to never have it go lower than the previous year or the previous 6 months. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I just want to track all that, because it's like, got Andy for sale. That's like, I made $600 my first 7 years in business or whatever it was, and he made more than that, but that's what he was able to take home and pay bills and stuff with because he kept reinvesting. And I want to know what the number is total, like how much total revenue was made because right now I'm at 6,720. That's been purely like for my pocket. I mean, if you want to subtract things like paying for softwares or paying for this, a microphone or paying for, I don't know. If you want to subtract that, I'm probably negative as fuck because I got, if you want to say this laptop or something like that, I don't know. But I don't know, man. I want to be able to track that and be able to have that be part of my story. So I can talk about that. I always envision myself being on somebody else's podcast in the future, talking about how I made it from where I was to where I'm, how I recorded a show that's like what I think about, because I'm sure that'll happen, right? If I never give up, because anybody who's got a podcast that has 7,000 episodes, bro, I feel like that's like, oh, what the fuck? How do you have 7,000 public episodes and you've never missed a day? Like that's just what goes through my mind. Like I'm sure that's cool to somebody enough for me to be, I don't know. Is that conceited to think? I don't know. I just believe in myself, I guess. I don't know. One more thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to cue the Zoom calls, is I think I've just got to shift from voice memos and Adobe Audition, and I've got to shift to some kind of software, dude, because now I'm having problems with voice memos not syncing up to my computer. I thought it was an iCloud storage thing, but I just bought more storage. So it is now, instead of paying $1 a month, it's $3 a month, and I have 200 gigs instead of just 50. And it's $2 extra a month. So we're talking $24 extra per year, So, yeah. So what I'm looking at is finding some kind of software where I can edit, record, all that shit, upload to the podcast, like everything all in one spot, because that would be incredible. Now, here's the thing. A lot of these softwares focus heavily on the video aspect of things, and I couldn't give a fuck about that right now. I just need something to record what I say, give me a transcription, and then allow me to edit it, because that'd be cool if it was all in one. Now, I don't know. I think Riverside is one of them. Riverside podcast recording. Riverside.fm. Record remote podcasts and video interviews in studio quality from anywhere, a virtual studio for meetings, recordings, editing, streaming your story to the world. Okay, whatever. So that sounds fine. So if I click on pricing and I look at what's offered, bro, here's the thing. This is the problem. And I've run into this problem with a lot. So didn't think that I don't think people thought that this would be an issue. But look, so free version is try 2 hours of multi-track recordings, separate audio and video tracks, whatever. I don't give a shit about video. So up to 720 video quality, don't give a shit. Riverside watermark on all your things. How are you going to put a watermark on audio? Riverside. That's what they're going to do. Unlimited, whatever. So that's free. Up to 2 hours. Dude, today's show is 2 hours. And I do a show every day. You know what I mean? The next one is Pro. It's $29 a month. And it starts off by saying 15 hours of multi-track recordings. I need more, dude. Because this show is going to be about 3 hours. If every show were 3 hours, I would need 90 hours per month. It's not going to be 3 hours. We'll just round it down to an hour. That's 30 hours. Now, if they're all a half hour or less, then yes, this works. But if we average the last 10 episodes, let's take a look. So it goes 20, 40, an hour, 30, 21, 24, 34, 10, 10, 30, 30, 30, 41, 20, 30, 50, 30, 14, 15, 30. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I'm going to go over 30. Maybe I'm 40. Or I think I'm going to go over 15 hours a month. I think the average show length is maybe 30, 40 minutes. But I don't want to, dude, what a piece of shit it would be to be like, oh, well, it's the 25th and, I don't have any more hours, so I'm fucked. Dude, just work always, bro. So that's the Pro version. If I go to the live version, nothing happens. I just pay more money. So that's great. Still 15 hours. Now I can go to the business, so that's the fourth tier, and it's unlimited. So just give me that from the start. We'll be all right. So there's that. That's a bummer. So if I go to Podcastle, it's another option. Same thing, bro. I got the $23 a month one is 20 hours audio recording. If I go to the business one at $40 a month, it's 50 hours. I actually just saw this. Holy shit. 50 hours of audio recording. Multi-track audio and exporting, 10 hours. 100 hours of transcription and subtitles. Oh, wait, hold on. 1 terabyte cloud. Oh, wait. Oh, my Lord, that's yearly. Monthly, this is $65 a month. God damn it. And that's kind of the point I'm at, dude. Like, that sucks, but it's like, I'm just so, give me convenience, give me all of that. Just make this shit work. I'm so done with shit just not working, bro. Voice memos is just, hey, we're just not going to sing today. Why, please? Audio editor, what's this about? So I'm definitely going to be doing the business one. Wait, which one am I doing? Yeah, definitely going to be doing, well, could I get away with 20 hours? Hold on. Let's ask Gabriel. I don't know how to do the math, especially with time. What is the average length of a podcast episode per day to average to get 20 hours of audio per month? Did I ask that question right? To hit 20 hours of audio per month, divide it the number of episodes per month. 20 hours divided by 30 days is 0.67 hours a day, which is 40 minutes a day. So, dude, I might be able to get away with that one. I don't want limits, though. I don't want to have to be like, oh, shit. I don't want that, bro. I just want to be able to record and record. But also, maybe that'll be nice, and it'll force me to keep my shows on the shorter side. But, dude, if I have a Zoom call like today would be taking up almost like 5 days worth of shows because, from 3 hours, it's close to, 40 times 5. That would, I don't know, bro. I'm done with math. 20 hours audio recording. Seems like it's the same exact thing as the one I was just talking about, but less storage. And we're talking $25 extra a month to just not have to worry. I don't know. So export and publish. Hosting and publish podcasts. Host your podcast with a dedicated podcast page and then publish shows and episodes across all major podcast networks. So this also replaces Podbean. With that in mind, subtract $14 a month from this. That's what I'd pay. Cloud storage. Collaboration. Transcription and text mode. Edit transcription, highlight, word search, filler search, silence search. After transcribing, simply edit the text to automatically make corresponding edits to the audio track. Dude, I feel like just AI is in everything. AI voices, I'm good. AI audio assistant, I'm good. Maybe actually, auto leveling, silence removal, magic dust. Clean any audio or video file to produce studio quality sound. Sound effects, royalty-free music. I don't know, man. Point being with all this stuff is like, I need this to just be nice. I need it to be easy. I just want it to be all in one. Like ever since working with Notion, dude, maybe it's just got me wanting to just simplify shit. Because like Notion, everything's in one spot. Everything is in one single spot. I like that a lot. And my coffee pot is hot. What's up, Dr. Seuss? Okay, well that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I think that's it. So yeah, we got some cool shit coming for sure. Working on projects galore, just working a lot. It's now 9:59 p.m., June 9th, 2025. It's Monday. Probably going to work a little bit more on Mina stuff because I'm so close. And I'm going to... Yeah, I think that's it. So... some changes coming for sure. Tomorrow's going to be episode 600. That's fucking crazy. I always want to do big things for these big numbers, but truthfully, they're nothing. They're just... we just decided that numbers repeat themselves every 10 numbers. And then every 100 numbers, they just, I don't know. It's just, they're numbers. Anyway, that's it. All right, guys, that's all. Here are the 2 Zoom calls. I don't think it's obvious at first, but it goes Dawson first, and then Riley second, or last, and that's it. And then I end the show. So there you go. Peace out. Yo.
What's up, man? How are you?
Dude, I'm doing great. This whole Zoom thing was, I've never done this before, so it was pretty interesting for me. I've never created a call.
No worries, it's all good.
Cool, man.
First for everything.
What's your business called? Is that what it is on the wall there? That's cool.
Oh, yeah. Build Beyond Limits.
Dude, that's sick. Did you have that custom made? How'd you...
Yeah, I found some like Chinese website that just does them, and then
cool.
I was able to like mess around with it and stuff.
Dude, that's so sick. That's way cool.
Yeah, I think it was like $300 or like $250. It took like 3 weeks to ship.
Okay, that's way cool. That's sweet, dude. All right, man. Well, I guess tell me a little bit about what we're trying to do with the business, and then I'll see if I can even help. So you said a lot of your stuff's in Notion, right? Already?
Yeah, I can share my screen and show you some stuff.
Do I need to give you permission to do that? I've never been the host. Okay, cool.
Okay, that should be all good. Cool.
Yep.
Let's go over into Notion. So I have a lot of spreadsheets. I'm doing VIP with Brian and Cole too, and they mentioned that you're really good at spreadsheets, which is dope.
Oh, that's cool.
I have a couple things that I'm sure you can make significantly better. So this is for like my setting team, with just like all of our data and all the stuff that we're doing, with our daily goals of how many conversations out, how many people mind if I ask a couple questions to get them in the script, pitched calls, booking links, and how many calls we actually book. And then it just like adds up here. And then we just take the numbers and figure out our percentages, so we can kind of make a lot of decisions based on like numbers and stuff with the front end.
Okay, cool.
So I got that for like all of things in here. That's like one of the things I have. Another thing that I have too that I'm sure you could then again make significantly better is like our tracking for like call show ups, if they closed, the objection revenue, like all the stuff that we're doing for our front end of cash as well.
Okay. Cool.
And like I have like it all the red like auto populates itself as well. Like
okay, cool. all those formulas.
Which is sweet. Yeah, exactly. I got this from like another mentorship that I've just been using, but it gives us like a closing rate, our show up rate, ad stuff if I start tracking my ads and things like that too. But over in Notion here,
those don't look too bad though. Those
it's not too bad. It's pretty sweet, and I'm pretty sure I'm the one that like inspired Brian to get you to help out with that like giant sheet and everything. Because like every Tuesday when I talked to him, I would just show him all my numbers and everything. He's like, "Fuck, I gotta get this organized."
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Oh, I appreciate you.
Yeah, so yeah, of course, man. Yeah, because I know you've been working with Mina for a while, right?
Yeah, I actually think my first day was like the second of this year. So yeah, this whole year. I mean, he's a good guy, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dope. He's great. So for Notion, what I have here, I have like for I have like a media team, like a mini media team. So I can show you what that kind of looks like with the system they have there. So we got like some side by sides and accounts to take inspo from for me when I'm doing content. We have a content board. When we do, me and my media guy, when we do a new batch of content, he'll throw it in here. Then my editor will go in here, export it, put it into reviews. Then we can go into like a sheet or like a drive and see like all the videos. Then my editor or my media guy gets him to make the adjustments and stuff. And then he just like drag and drop things. So I'm trying to like build all the systems that I can.
Are you trying to put everything into Notion? Is that a goal of yours, or are you just trying to like what are you trying to do? Because Notion's awesome, dude. You can do so much in here.
Yeah, it's sweet. Just trying to get everything that I can in here would be super, super helpful. So that I don't like run to other places. Another thing too is trying to get like having like an ops manager who then like, because right now for me it's like all the setters, they're reporting directly to me, SOD, EOD, all that shit. Like pretty much all like 9-10 people in my company are like reporting directly to me, and we have like spreadsheets that we're going through and all this stuff, Google Forms. And I'm trying to like just see what we can optimize in every little section. So it's like with my coaches, making sure that clients aren't getting left behind, with my setters, making sure they're following up properly, and then having a system that they can follow. Because I have a pretty dope team. I just think I'm missing a couple steps when it comes to like training them and showing them the right things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what we're trying to build right now in the next couple months.
Okay. Do you do the shadow coach thing? I don't know if I asked you that or not, but that whole model.
Yeah, we do the shadow coach. Exactly.
Okay. So I'm learning the whole business model side of things for this because I don't know how much you know, but I was actually in the CLA, and so long story short, this is like my fourth go around with a mastermind with fitness coaching, and I just had to swallow the pill, dude. I was like, this is not for me. Like I keep trying, I keep forcing it. So like for me, I was like, this is not for me. So made a post in the CLA. I was like, hey, does anybody need spreadsheet help? You know, because that's what I love. And then fast forward, I'm working for PT Dom now, so that's crazy. But
nice. That's awesome.
So yeah, I don't know how the coaching models work. I mean, I was a shadow coach for Mina, and then I kind of told him the same thing. I was like, hey, dude, do you need anything else besides like check-ins and because I don't know what it is, but it's just nah. So anyway, I don't know how the models work. So you have the shadow coaches, then you have the VAs, and obviously you have the video editors, right? So
yep, and then we have closers too.
Okay, and all of them. So the way I don't know how much I'm supposed to share about Mina's stuff, but he's got VAs, and they're not like part of the team at all. I mean, like I'm sure they're overseas and they're doing their own thing. I don't know if they would collaborate as well. I have no idea. So it's like all your VAs and everybody. Like, could all of your employees be on one platform and it would all work?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I have everyone in Notion. Everyone has access to this too.
Oh, sweet,
and also we have Slack as well.
Oh, that's what we got. Okay, cool.
So can I share this? How do I share Slack so you can see kind of the stuff that I've been doing here?
Okay.
So I just built this today. We have like a SOD, EOD channel for everyone to just come in and like give me a rundown on what their day's looking like.
Okay. What is SOD?
Setters chat. Start of day. So start of day and end of day reports.
Oh, got you. Okay.
We have like a bunch of stuff in here with like setters, just like the setting chat, pretty much our live calls chat, just to see when people are on their calls, giving us updates if they have things to come in here and put in. When new clients make a new payment, we can see that as well through here.
Right on.
The sales team, this has like the setters and the closers in here going over like communication, so the setters and closers can talk to each other and figure out what the hell's going on with everything.
Yep.
Editing space, going over with my editor some stuff. Coaches updates with all of our wins and shit that my coaches throw in here.
Oh, sweet. Was that from your clients that you would then use for social proof or something?
Yeah, exactly. So then I just take the screenshots and throw it up on my story and stuff.
Right on, dude. That's awesome. That's smart.
Back end resigns. In here, I have one of my closers who's a client of mine. She's like my best closer as well, but she comes in here and talks to the coaches about re-signing clients that have come on board. So Lisa, she just signed her up like 5 or 6 weeks ago, and then she just extended her again for another 6 months, like a couple days ago, and she's just communicating all that with our coaches. So she'll go in here and be like, hey, give me a rundown on what's her face, and the coaches will go in and communicate how the client is, if we want to extend them, if we don't, if they've been a headache, or all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what I'm building out through here. And then when we get booked calls, I have like automations that get sent out. So whenever we book calls, we just get like updates in the chat.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm trying to do. And it works. It runs decently smoothly, but I'm just trying to like see what do I have and how can I make it even better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks way good, dude. Like the fact that everything's in Notion, that's awesome. That's always it's awesome to have everything in one central location. I can pull up. So I'm building this out for Mina. He's got a different system. Like he's got different onboarding coaches. Well, he's got coaches, and then different. So each coach kind of takes a different spot of onboarding, and then like they kind of get assigned stuff in their dashboard. So I made in Notion, every coach has their own dashboard, and like things will come down to them. And they just go to their dashboard, and like that they just do what's there. If it's not there, that's not their problem, kind of thing, you know. So I can show you that if you want. And then
sure.
I've got, so how it works here is there is a master log. So every single client comes in, they add it to the master log. And then there's an updates database. So like when a client needs like change of nutrition or training, there's that's linked to the master log. So, you know, like with Notion, you can use roll-ups and relations and stuff like that, those properties. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, no? Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, anyway, you can link all these things together. So I have, like, I guess best way to describe it would be when a client gets put in, every single change that gets made, period, is added to that. So you can just click on Bob Smith and see, like, all of his adjustments, all of his follow-ups, all the times that, I don't know, he had an adjustment with carbs or whatever. So that's kind of what we've crafted out. And I don't even know if that's what you've been looking for, but that's what I've built so far. So with onboarding, and then the check-ins, the client adjustments, all the follow-ups, and then like all payments, I guess it would just be one big giant visual of all the data all in one. You know what I mean? So that's what I built so far. So I can show you that really quick. Let's see.
Sure. That'd be sweet.
Okay, so there is a whole bunch of fake info in here because I'm currently like testing a lot of different things. So none of this is real. So it kind of looks spotty.
Okay.
But I mean, like test field bomb squad. You know what I mean? So so they come in here. They get put in here. So what happens from the start? Actually, hold on. So we've got this. The closer would fill out this form. So the closer, they sign a client, they fill out this form here, and it's very basic stuff, you know, so it's like their name, when did they join, email, just stuff like that, you know. Are they month to month, paid in full? When they finish that, they get added into, hold on, just so I don't screw this up. So when they finish something, they add it to the master log. Do you do anything with automations at all? Does this look familiar?
Not in Notion, no. We do automation through like Go High Level and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool. So they get added to the master log, and then they get added to the onboarding. So these are all different databases. Then they get added to the biweekly or whatever, like weekly, biweekly, monthly check-ins. So when they get put there, then the community manager that we have here, let's see, there we go. So I made a little graphic and everything, so it's fancy. But so she gets added, or the client gets added here, right here. So, for example, they get put right here. So the community manager comes in here and she's, okay, we got a brand new client. So And click done, yes. Then they get moved down here to the onboarding phase, and that's when the whole onboarding process starts. And then there's this view here. Let's see, this one here. This is everything just in one glance. So at all times we can see what phase the client is in for onboarding. So like, did they review all the information for training? Did they review the policies and like hours of operate, all that stuff, you know? So here's all the brand new clients. Then they get funneled into the community manager. Once she takes care of that, then they get funneled into the blue coach, and the blue coach just does his thing, links everything. We've also got it linked. So when we're, so like if we're dealing with Sean Smith, we just click this and it popped up over here, but it takes us directly to their account, you know, so we can do that with Trainer. You use Trainerize, right?
Everfit.
Oh, you use Everfit. Oh, even better, dude. That's what we use. Okay. So you click that and it would take you to their profile, so you don't have to go in there and search and everything. Dude, here's something that I think you'll like. So there's a button in here when you click it and it takes you to the inbox for Everfit. It doesn't put you into a conversation, so you don't have to click unread. I'm sure you guys have that problem too, right? Yeah. So we don't have to click unread, which is awesome. I thought that was a game changer. I was freaking out when I found that out. So there's that. But anyway, it goes through the whole onboarding process. So never mind the onboarding process, just the point that when a change is made, that another coach gets to see that, then they don't get to see anything that's not even their problem at all. You know, then this person handles it, then they get moved to the next one, and then they're in the program. So that's how we stay organized with all that. And as of right now, we haven't really done much with I think everything that we've done right now is kind of all client facing. So like all the check-ins, all the follow-ups, like everything to do with clients. So we haven't done anything with sales or the video guys or anything like that, but that's genius. But if you're looking for something like this, I mean, if it's in Notion, dude, I'm like borderline obsessed with this right now. So like we even have something for shifts. So like when somebody clocks in, all their shifts go into one central spot, so I can see like everybody's hours. Now, obviously this is all fake numbers and stuff, but click, I'd see like their week. I can see when they worked, all that stuff. You can see all the coaches all time. Then this would be a graph. I wish I could show you, dude, but all the data is fake. But you would just highlight this and it would say Bob worked 12 hours this week, Sally worked 18, whatever. So if you're the person that handles payroll or whoever that would be, rather than, well, I don't even know how you do that. How do you handle like hours and pay and stuff like that?
So pretty much I just get my team to like clock in, clock out, and it's like based off trust mostly. Then we got a lot of people on commission, which is easy for me to go through. Just when we get sales, just take the commission off that sale for them. And then my main shadow coach, she's my only like full-time shadow coach. I have one guy who's doing like 5 hours a day, and then I just brought on another person who's getting onboarded tomorrow who's coming on for 3 hours per day. But the main girl, who is like my head shadow coach, she gets like $3,200 as a salary, because some days she works like 12-hour days, some days she works like 6 hours. So with her, it's just easier to have a base salary as long as she gets all her stuff done. Okay.
And for hours, do you have them text you, or how does that work?
Yeah, they just clock in and out over in Slack pretty much, and then round up at the end of the day how many hours they did.
When you say clock in, is it like they send a message or something? Oh, that's the SOD and the EOD, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So this is pretty similar. I don't know if you would even need something like this, but the coach would
make things easy. It can make things very easy doing it this way.
Yeah, let me show you how it works. So I'm going to pull up two things really quick. Hold on. So we've got this, and then we've got, I'll just use this one. Okay, so, there's the ideas tab. There you go, dude. Einstein. Okay. So this would be Mina's view or my view or whatever. Not that I don't want anybody else to know about this as far as the team goes, but I like to keep that like, I don't know who sees this. So like, I don't want to, it just keeps that trust factor there, like if they knew they could manipulate it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So all you have to do over here, can you see both screens? Dude, I'm so shitty with Zoom. Okay. So you would just click clock in. Yes, I want to clock in. And then you're going to see, so nothing pops up over here. But when I clock out, just clock out, yes, in shift done. Then it's going to pop up over here. So yeah, it just popped up right here. I think it was this one. It was probably this one. So then this gets funneled into, so obviously I worked, let me change this. So if I worked, hold on. So if I change this to 10, so it'd be an 8-hour shift. This is actually funneled from over here. My bad. So this would show the correct data, but dude, I'm sorry. Let me just do this normally. So we come over here, include time. God damn it. Sorry, dude.
No, it's all good, dude. It's all good.
Okay. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to clock out. Now it should pop up over here with the 8 hours. Dude, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong here? Clearly, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm so sorry, dude. So what happens is when you click clock out, it changes the clock out date to the time that you see. I can't even lie when I do this. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
That's
pops up over here. I guess you can't cheat it. So there's proof that it's bulletproof. But pops up over here, and then you can see, like if I go into Andrew, I can see, it's a horrible example. Let's go into me real quick. Hold on. So if I go into me, I can see all these fake shifts, right? And I can see they're organized by week. So do you pay weekly or bi-weekly or monthly? How does that work for you guys?
On the 1st and the 15th of every month.
Okay, yeah, so we could make this say like 1 through 15 and then 16 through 30 or 31 or whatever. So you could see all the shifts. It's automatically funneled in here. So it would show this, and then it would say, I think the next one would be June 14th through the 21st, I think that would be. So you just click on this, see what they worked. It has the sum of their hours, so there's that view. But if you just highlight over here, it would have every single coach. And I wish I could show you that, dude, but have like different colors. So you just highlight and it says everybody's hours for the 1st through the 15th. And you can just see like right off the bat. So you could just keep your mouse right here and then just like go over here and do all your admin stuff for finances. But
cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things. We have like anniversary things that pop up, so we can see when a client's coming up on an anniversary for celebration. Like we can do birthdays, stuff like that. Also made it so like if you click this little button, it pops up with a Loom video. You can see how to do every single thing. So just small things like that just make things easier for other people. Everybody's got their own dashboard. I'm trying to make it so, let's see, where is it at? So we have the follow-up log. So it looks like there's a lot going on. Here, let me make this bigger. Looks like there's a lot going on, but you can just click all the group A. So this is kind of how we operate it. So we touch up with a client at least once a week outside of their check-in, and so we just follow up with them. So we do all the A people on Mondays, and then all the B people on Tuesdays, whatever, and then we can see when they're at. So we have a whole group chat system. I don't know if you guys do any of that with Everfit, but
we don't do group chats. We just have the regular forum group.
Just like one-on-one. Oh, you use the community?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What else? We put all of our files in here as well. So all the different looms that Mina makes and all the different like shadow coach documents. So it's all in one spot. We have a client adjustment log as well. So we come in here, we say Bob needs more. He needs 5 more minutes of cardio, and we just assign it to a coach. When it gets assigned to a coach, that coach is notified through Slack, and I think technically Notion as well. So it's just something in their inbox, and that way, like an adjustment can be made like within minutes, So like if I come in here, Bob needs more food, send, and then Coach Johnny comes in here, fixes it, and then it's just like updated immediately. So, and I think the coolest part about all this is we would have the group chat link, for us, or you could just have the message link. So rather than having to switch out of this, go to Everfit and then find them, you just bam, and like you're already in. Now, obviously that doesn't work, but I think that's probably the coolest part is like you don't have to go search, you just bam.
Yeah, that makes it easy.
So.
Sure.
So I think that's pretty much all the big moving parts. And then with the master log, I've yet to get to it yet, but I plan on sorting every single thing. I mean, like every single thing, so we can see every possible detail of every client group and everything, like because I'm like kind of a nerd when it comes to data, because if I could just see like trending lines based on like when a client joined or like stuff like who closed them, like is there any kind of correlation with the conversation they had before they joined. Like, can we, so that compared with like, I mean, dude, I'm so weird with it. Like, what day of the week did they join? You know what I mean? Like, are people who join on Fridays better than people who join on Mondays, So just stuff like that. I don't know if you even care about that stuff, but it's here, So.
Yeah, I like that too. I really like the data. I try to get as much data as possible to just make things run smoother.
Yeah, the cool thing is the plan is to make this for leads as well. So leads join in and like they fill out a form because we have those forms. Do you use any forms on here for clients at all?
Not on Notion, no. We just use it on a high-level form and then type forms. Okay.
So yeah, a client would or a lead could, if it's an option, they would fill out this or not this. Would it be this one? I don't know. It doesn't matter. They would fill out a form and then they would be put in here. You can actually make it a type form as well. So you can just link your type form. But anyway, they would come in here and you can give them like a status like they're a lead and not put them into the master log. So like you would have, I don't know, an extreme example. Like let's say they were a lead for a year. You would have that whole year's worth of, okay, this is how they felt. This is what they thought at this time. They almost joined. They didn't show up for the call. You'd have all that for the last year. And then when they did join, you would just just flip a switch. Now they're in the master log, but you would still have all that past data. And you could do it with every single client. So it's like one big funnel that just goes right into the same big pool of everything just for, I mean, if you did this for like 5 years, can you imagine the amount of clients that you would have in here, like leads and everything, like all the data? That's just crazy. So yeah.
The only thing that worries me about something like that is we have like quite a bit of volume in my account.
Oh yeah.
Like we have like 1.7 or 1.8 million followers total. So we got a crazy amount of applications. It's absurd. Like sometimes the lead flow, it's not always good lead flows. A lot of them are like 18 and under or like unemployed people, stay-at-home moms.
Yeah.
So we get a crazy amount. So that's why I'm kind of like trying to figure out a system on the front end to like optimize everything and then understand our numbers better with like DMs out to people who booked, to then close, percentages, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how we could make a system front end, because the back end seems like it's pretty dialed in, which would be sick. I'm not sure how many clients Mina onboards or you guys onboard every week, but we were roughly around like 4 or 5 all the way up to like 15 if it's a crazy week.
Wow. Okay.
So it's kind of like how it goes with us roughly. Like this last week was slow. It was only like 5. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. And just, I think the back end system looks pretty sweet. I just want to figure out like what could we do to make the front end system as well just even more locked in. Mm-hmm.
Dude, well, real quick, the first thing that comes to mind with that, if you made the form into this, you could just filter the responses. So like if they are 18 and younger or something, that would just go to a different pool. You could look at that if you wanted. Or if I'm sure you have a question that's like, are you financially ready or something like that for to join a coaching program. You could filter by that response. So you could get all the responses that are like, yeah, I'm ready. I have all the resources. You could filter all the ones that are, no, I thought this was free or whatever, So that's one thing you could do that just popped into my head. Are you saying that this looks good or are you saying that yours is already solid? You're just looking for more front end stuff?
I'm saying that this looks good. I like the look of this, especially on the back end. I'm just curious what more we could do on the front end because, I'll share my screen again to show you just a bit more. I just sent the request. Okay, cool.
There we go.
So, if we go over into here, we get all of our type forms that link right over into Slack, and then I do the same thing. If it's 18 under, we don't even look at it.
Yeah, see, that's smart, dude.
We also use, but yeah, see what I mean? There's a shitload.
Wow, that's all I'm seeing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also do we use a Go High Level form somewhere in here too. Yeah, right here. For our ad leads, people come from ads. So it's a little bit different too. So then my setters also can see this. But it's the same thing. We're still getting some people that are just super shitty, which is just a content thing.
Unemployed.
But yeah, so it'll show you all this information, which I'm sure we could probably somehow work into Notion, because I do want to keep everything in one space. That'd be so much easier than just using different sheets.
Yeah.
And then,
well, everything you show me with the spreadsheets, we can actually put that into Notion as well. I think that's trickier, but I think as far as formulas and calculations and stuff go, I think Google Sheets is still better. But there's a lot of restrictions with Notion.
Yeah, that makes sense. like just to show you like what I'm looking for in like an ops manager is someone to like check, like make sure that our KPIs are being hit pretty much. Like making sure, like if we're supposed to be getting 300 combos out, we're like, hey, we're coming up short. What's going on? Checking in on the, like getting like the information from them and then like having them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just checking on KPIs, so, like, making sure you're hitting them.
Not necessarily managing like a long ass time, but just like give me a rundown. Why is this not being hit? Because right now I'm doing like 12-hour days as of the last like 6 weeks. It's been pretty fucking brutal with all the shit that I'm doing. So that's why I'm kind of looking for someone that's really good with systems, really good with sheets, really good with just like optimizing things, and then eventually getting like my head setter, the person who like covers all that stuff too, and like teaching them. So then the operations manager doesn't have to like worry about are we sending the DMs out and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. That's crazy, dude. 12-hour days for the last 6 weeks, huh?
Yeah, it's been quite a bit lately.
I guess you got to do what you got to do, huh? Is this business your baby?
Yeah,
like, are you so like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
It's like everything for me. Another thing that we have that I forgot to show you is this is what we're doing as well. So clients this is like a countdown tracker. We get their name, how many weeks, the start date, the end date. The end date auto-populates with how many weeks you put in with the start date. Mm-hmm. And then it goes green up until 60 days out. They go yellow. And then when they go yellow, if they haven't extended yet, my closer kind of goes in. It's like, hey, how's this client doing? Should I go and try to extend them? What's going on there? And the coaches are also on top of that too. And then the red, as of 15 days to 0, they go red.
Yeah. I got that same exact thing in Notion with Mina, dude. Same exact thing. Like same headers and everything.
Perfect. That's awesome. That's good news then. Because what I really want is when a client hits week 8, through something like this or whatever, they get like a Slack notification in the back end re-signs like, hey, Ray just hit week 8 of the program. Let's see if we can extend them or something. And then when they hit day 60 or whatever day they hit, like day 60, another notification goes off in there that says, hey, this client just hit day 60. Let's try to see if we can extend them or whatever it is. So my coaches can also be on top of it too. Does that make sense? Yeah,
I had a minute to cut you off. So I don't pay for Zoom. I got 20 seconds left. Can we just join the same call when it expires?
Yeah, I can send you a Zoom link if that works.
Okay, if that's better. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
No worries. 1 sec.
Okay. All right. So he left. Okay, send me a thing. Let's see. Where? Can you send me a thing? I don't know what to expect right now. Hold on. What am I looking at? I've not gotten any email. Oh, team chat. 300 updated. Start. Wait. Oh, dude, he just sent. Okay, there we go. Boom. Copy this. Dude, what's going on? Copy. Paste. Launch meeting. Join. All right.
There you go.
There we go. Cool. Sorry, dude.
It's all good, man. Yeah, do you want me to go back and share my screen to show you? Or
yeah, if you wouldn't mind, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Where did you say you're from, dude?
Canada. I'm on Vancouver Island. I used to live in Kelowna, and that's how I got to know Brian and Cole pretty well.
Did you meet them, or did you just came across their stuff online?
I came across Cole's stuff online like 4 or 5 years ago, and then at the time I was living on Vancouver Island, which I'm back here, and then I moved out to Kelowna when I joined the program because that's only like a 3.5 hour drive away.
Yeah.
And I moved there for 2 years with my girlfriend, and then we just moved back to the island like
cool.
6-7 months ago.
Okay, cool. Nice, dude.
Sure.
And you're also
where
a VIP client, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that work? So it goes CLA, 10K, MDM, and then VIP?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sweet, dude. Top of the food chain over here.
Trying to be. But yeah, so with this, it just like does a countdown and stuff that I'm sure we could do in Notion, and notifications in Slack too would be super sweet.
Yeah.
With all this stuff. But yeah, man, like what I'm really looking for is just like someone to help like optimize like as much as humanly possible. You haven't done anything with ads, have you?
I honestly don't know a thing about ads, so no.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
willing to learn, but yeah, I don't know if you're looking for a guy that's brand new, so.
It's all good. Not many people are too versed in the ads area. I'm just starting to learn myself. But yeah, I think like we could dial in a back end system. I got 2 coaches that are really, really like intelligent and like good at what they do. So they'll have no problem. And then I have one guy who I'm onboarding tomorrow who's coming in as a back end coach to kind of be like community managing, helping out with messaging, kind of just be like an assistant on the back end, like helping out whatever coach needs extra help. Program updates, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, like just trying to figure out like how can I optimize the front end system, get like the team like on track with everything, going through KPIs, making sure things aren't being missed, people are being like followed up with, just like having like a system that flows properly. Because my head setter, he also lives in Kelowna. He's a beast. He's really good at what he does. I just don't know how to teach him how to like manage and like really have like an actual system of everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like manual with everything that we're doing right now.
Okay. With Notion, am I able to join your space and then also still view my space and then like copy things over? Do you know if I'm able to do that?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I was talking with Mina about that, and I was like, dude, is that cool if like I help these other guys out with some of the stuff I built for you? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, all right. So I'm sure I could bring some stuff over. Save me a lot of time.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, does this kind of like make sense, kind of like with what you're looking for and all that stuff?
Yeah, dude, honestly, this gets me excited as hell. Like, I'm so weird, bro, seeing this. I'm like, dude, I can make this. I can make, you know what I mean? Like, it gets me fired up.
Sweet. I love it, man. Yeah. How much are you looking to work?
So truthfully, dude, I've got 4 more phone calls after this one to see what other people are up to. So, I'm just looking for, so if you want the full story, so I work for the government in the US. I took the deferred resignation program. Do you know anything about that?
No clue.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so pretty much in a nutshell, what it is they're looking to cut the workforce, and they offered up an opportunity for you to just bail out. You just leave, but they'll pay you until October 1st. So I was like, dude, that's quite an opportunity, you know? So took advantage of that. So now I am employed by the government, but I'm not working. And so I'm trying to just do as much as I can now so that when I'm no longer on payroll for them, like I can still do what I'm doing now, and I have to go find some other normal 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm just trying to maximize that. And in order for me to do that, I'm trying to work like 8 to 10 hours a day. And so I'm reserving more time for Mina because I have a feeling hours are about to get bumped because there's like he's doing pretty well. So I you know, like obviously the loyalty is there because I wouldn't even have this opportunity, you know. So anyway, so long story short, like 2 hours a day max, 7 days a week, or more, but 5 days a week. You know what I mean? So whatever I guess you need. I mean, one day could be more, one could be less. I guess it just depends on what you need. And I think
about like 14 per week, pretty much.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if you're like 14 on the dot, because sometimes Mina will say, okay, we're working 15 hours this week, and like sometimes I'll just go over because I'm in the middle of a project. I'm just going to stop. So sometimes it'll be like 17, you know, whatever. So as long as that's cool, you know, I don't salary's cool, but I mean, some of these projects, dude, I'm sitting here like just like facing my hands, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on, you know. Some of these formulas get pretty crazy, but anyway. So yeah,
no, that's exactly kind of what I'm looking for as well. Just someone to come in, like not run the entire like show of everything, but just like build up some systems, a couple hours here and there, like 2 hours per day is perfect.
Yeah,
with what we're doing and what we're looking for too.
Yeah, dude, I would love to build some systems and then have you review them. If they're bad, then I can do them again. If they're good, then I'll move on to the next one and just whatever you need, dude. Like I love this stuff so much. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I need help with it. I need help with all the stuff that I can, because we have like 180 clients right now, and it's just like kind of exhausting trying to like organize everything, because we're just doing it all manually right now. So whatever we can do to like just make it just that much better. How much are you hourly too?
So right now I just asked everybody to match my normal pay at my job, which is $31.28. And straight up, dude, like if you want to do more, that's kind of a weird question to give you, but that'd be awesome. If not, then we can just start there. Yeah. So not a good negotiator with pay. So there you go.
Cool. Yeah, man, I like that too. We can definitely start it out there. Then once we have things locked in, the team's on board with it and stuff, and like we just have new things that we're doing and trying out, then there's no reason why we don't bump it a bit more too.
Okay, cool. Sounds good, man. So are you looking for somebody to do 2 hours a day then? Or is that just kind of, since that's what I can do, is that what you're looking for?
2 hours is great. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for too. 2 hours per day. And then you don't do anything with like reporting, do you?
Reporting? What do you mean exactly?
So like coaches go over like, or on, I guess like front end is more where the reporting comes from, but like these people they close for this much, contracted for this much, into like a sheet or like an end of day form or something that then gets sent over, filled out, then sent over to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I don't do anything with that, but that does make sense.
Okay, cool.
Sounds like something you could throw in a Notion though, dude.
Open to learning?
Yeah, of course. No, I said sounds like something you could throw in a Notion, but yeah, dude, I'm an open. Yeah, I don't want to learn. Yeah.
Cool. I love it. I just don't want to put you through anything that like you wouldn't be open to doing, because I know it sounds like you're really, really good with like Notion, building the systems, like the plug and play things. But yeah, I also want like a tiny bit more on like the front end side as well, of just like going through the sheets that we have and then a report at the end of like the week or something, like, hey, this is how many DMs we sent out on average per day. This is how many calls we got booked. So this many DMs is equal to this many bookings, and yada, 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 and just that kind of thing.
Okay, so just so I understand this correctly, are you saying like you get on a Zoom call with everybody and like I'm the guy that's like, hey, we hit this with blah blah blah, and just go down the numbers? Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't have to be a Zoom. No, it doesn't have to be all on Zoom, but just like getting the end of days from people. Like 1 sec.
So you can make it so everything that everybody does funnels into one big sheet, and it's just like automated. So it's like I just read it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I have. Where is it here? I have a sheet here. I should have a sheet here. Okay, I can't find it. But I have a sheet somewhere in here that my closers go through, and they just like, I might be able to find it. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, no worries.
I don't want to take too much of your time here.
Oh, you're good, dude. I appreciate it.
You can see my screen?
Yep. It's kind of cut off at the top, but yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So I have like a closer at the end of day here. And this is what I have like for my setters and stuff too. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like,
oh, here we go.
Response. So we can see number of calls taken for the day.
Okay, cool.
Calls taken. So they just like go through a little sheet pretty much.
Okay.
Lets me see like all this stuff for certain days. I don't know why it's not letting me like actually go into it and see, but this is kind of what it looks like. So closer's name, the date for the day, number of calls taken, names of calls taken, full names please, so then my setter can go and track it. Names of no-shows, names of reschedules, names of closes, amount paid, contracted length, names of no's. So we can just stay on track of like all of our like daily KPIs and stuff too.
Okay.
And then that goes into all of this stuff too. So this will show us like, did they show up? Did they close or not? Were they a no-show? And then everything goes into all the shit that we have here pretty much.
Okay. Where does this, so it's a Google form and it gets submitted. Is it in this sheet as well? Is that what the total P&L is? So I'm just curious where the data is pulled from. Yeah. So that form, when you submit it, it puts information into this, right?
No. So the one that form submitted, my head center goes through and takes the information there and then puts them in here. So when he books calls, he's updating this thing. So if we go over to May.
Oh, so is that all manual work then?
Yeah, all this is manual, dude.
Oh man, okay, dude. I thought okay.
Yeah. So then we can kind of see like what's going on. Like the second that we put like in the date on this side, it's counted as like a booked call. So that's why he has like he's booked people already, but their date is like in the next couple days.
So that far left number is the date. So is that June 8th? Oh, is this all June?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. It's all June.
Yes, sir. But yeah, that's kind of what we're currently doing with our system.
Okay. So I don't think there's anything wrong with this. My mind's just like, dude, it could be like automatic, you know, with the Google.
Could be better.
I think everything can always be better, you know. I don't think anything's perfect, but that first form that you showed me, like if you made that into Notion, it would just filter out and just do everything automatically, and I think that would be sick. I don't know. I am kind of biased, but I think Notion's the shit. So if you want to keep it all in Google Sheets, I can totally do Google Sheets stuff as well. So
I'm down for Notion too. If we could keep everything in one space and it's easy to get around and maneuver around, I'm all for it. I've just never learned how to do all that. I've pretty much like with Notion, all that I've really done is like I have all this stuff for like VA resources going through, and like we have our script on the side and where to find places to help people, emojis I want them to use, and like all that stuff. And then for like shadow coaches, I have a little thing as well, if I can find it here. Shadow coach.
It's funny that you have an emojis to use thing, dude. That's awesome. Like keeping it authentic to you, yeah.
Exactly.
So do they join
like a new client first month thing?
Sorry.
Resources. Like this is pretty much all I've used. I've just used Notion for like resources for people. So like how to extend clients within a conversation.
Resources for your employees and the coaches? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, cool.
How the tracker
this is smart, dude.
Authority, retention, examples of just everything that I could think of pretty much. So this is where when they first get hired on, this is where they go through to learn kind of like the right steps to do everything and how it all works. Like if we go to virtual assistants, like they go through like a little 3-step thing of like the why behind the job, going over the DM principles, what we want, all this stuff. So that's all I've used Notion for. So getting into it and like learning how to use it for like a CRM and tracking and back end stuff seems super fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. That's like where my mind's at with this whole thing. You know, I'm like, that could be there, that could be, you know. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Cool.
Sweet, man.
I like it, dude. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, so what would shifts look like as far as like the hour, like start end time? Because I'm flexible, but I would ideally, like if I'm working for Mina and then you and then maybe another person, it's like butted up, you know. So it's because I don't want to work like 2 hours, 2 hour break, 2 hours. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Yeah, whatever works best for you. To be honest, I'm in Pacific time. I'm not sure what time zone you're in. You're in MST, right?
It's so weird. I'm in Mountain Daylight, so that's MDT, but it's the same thing as MST half the year because the Arizona, I don't know how it works, but Arizona doesn't do daylight savings, and I think that's the whole reason why. I could be so wrong, but yeah. So
okay, so sometimes you're in the same time zone as me. Sometimes you're an hour ahead.
So right now, what time is it? What'd you say?
2:15.
Yeah, so I think during daylight savings in November, I'll be the same time as you, I think. But how does that work?
Yeah, cool. So
I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that works. Whatever works best for you. If you're doing like a shift here, then clocking right into us and then doing the next person. Like it doesn't have to be like super like on the dot, this is what happens, but as long as it makes sense for all of us and
yeah,
you're able to like go through all the stuff and the reports and all that stuff, then we're good to go.
Okay. Another question I have would be, is it like, would you prefer, for example, I'm like 10 a.m. to noon on every day. Hold on. Would it be better for that? Or is it cool if like, hey, on Tuesday I can work this, Wednesday I can do this? Like, would you prefer that consistency?
Yeah,
or I'm just trying to figure out like the flexibility so that I'm not, because right now with Mina, it's kind of like, hey dude, like something came up, I'll get my hours in later or something.
Yeah, that's fine with me too. Because you're not doing much like front facing stuff, like my setters or anything. Like I need them clocked in at a certain time. Because we're doing like a lot of like this back end systems and things. So as long as we're getting them done each week and you're still able to progress with the projects that we're working on, then that's good with me.
Okay. The other thing was, so the first week of July, the last few days of June, I'm going to be, I'll call it vacation. So I can still work. I'm trying not to, but like just a heads up, like it probably won't see much for that whole, I think it's like June 28th to the 7th of July. It's like my girlfriend and I's birthday is the same week, going to Disneyland, going to go meet her parents in California. It's like there's a lot going on, so I don't even want to commit to anything, but I want to work, obviously. So as long as you're cool with that, then I think we're good. Fine. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, man. Well, I think that's it then for me. I guess one more would be what would be like the number one focus right now, and then like could I get more direction on that so like I know what the finished product should look like, and then go from there so I can start on something.
Yeah, I think the first thing, since you already have this system with Mina, like would be the back end systems of just like onboarding, going through the first like four weeks of the client's journey and making sure that people aren't getting missed. Messaging is like good because I know you mentioned like making sure like people aren't getting missed in messages and stuff too.
Yeah. Dude, matter of fact,
like that kind of thing.
Let me show you this real quick. How do you should see? Hold on one second. So what I've been doing is when I come up with an idea of something that might be helpful for Mina, because I think he's in a similar boat. Like he's just doing so much, and I think he's in like the process of just trying to delegate everything, because I think he's just been doing so much. You know, like we have our one-on-one calls, and he joins, and I'm like, "You all right, bro?" You know. So I've been coming up with things that maybe are beneficial. I don't know how I would copy and paste this and send it over, but.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, so I can share my screen, but it's just so much. So,
okay.
Number 2. So there's a lot going on here. So these are some things that I came up with that I could do daily, you know? So like, and this might be completely different. Like if you already have ideas, or if you already have like a set task list or whatever that I would hit every day or whatever. Like these are some random things, you know? So like, let's see. Forgot, dude, I wrote these so long ago. Let's see. So I could track how many clients each coach has for check-ins, see how those clients are doing, you know, just compare, like to see if there's a correlation there. Gather all this data, submit a weekly report for all overall client health, you know, so like we have this many clients and we've got 60 of them that are killing it. We've got 12 that are just not doing well. Why are they not doing well? So stuff like that. We've got, dude, I want to send this to you because these aren't quick. Like there's a lot of these actually.
Yeah.
There's actually one thing.
This a lot. This.
Yeah, I think so. If you give me access to your space or whatever, I'm sure I could just paste this over. But one thing that I learned that you can do, especially since you're in Everfit, is you can go into a conversation. Where is it at? This one? Hold on. I know. Split test. I don't know which one it is. Anyway, so what you can do is you can go into a conversation. You can Control A, copy the whole conversation, or like zoom up or scroll up to like June 1st, copy the whole conversation, give ChatGPT a prompt, and it will just calculate how long it took for us to respond to the client, how long it took for them to respond to us, figure out, this is crazy, but like the character length or the character amount for each message to find like if clients over time send shorter and shorter messages, and then see if they're doing shittier and shittier, or the reverse, you know? So you can do that, and it's
That's really cool.
How sick is that? I know. I figured that out, and I was like, yo, Mina, you know? So I thought it was crazy.
Yeah. With renewal reports, do you mind like giving me a rundown on because obviously if you're focusing so much on back end stuff, like the renewals must be like getting better and like stuff. Do you know Mina's system for that? Like if you know you're re-signing more clients than before, or how that all works?
So this is actually all brand new because about a month ago, that's when I was really honest. I was like, hey, dude, I don't want to do check-ins anymore, you know, because I was doing it like every Friday, and dude, there was a lot going on, but like I get off of work. That was before I took this resignation thing. I would get off of work, go to the gym, come home, and it was like my whole night was just bam, bam, bam check-ins, you know? And I was like, no, like I'm good, you know? So I was like, hey man, I didn't say this, but I was like, hey, if we have to part ways, it's all good. I don't want to do check-ins anymore, you know? And I'm like, if you need anything else though, like I got you. And then he was like, let me think. And then he came back and he was like, hey, let's do this. So about a month ago that happened. He was like, let's use Notion and Slack. And I was like, because it was so funny because I didn't know a lot about Notion. I used it before and I was so confused. I was like, this shit sucks, dude. You got to spend 3 hours to make a to-do list, you know? But I figured it out, made it, and now I'm obsessed. And now we're getting everything going. Like I actually just sent out a lot of looms today to the team. Like, hey, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. And so I think, so Mina's on vacation right now, but when he gets back, I imagine it'll just be, you know, guns a-blazing, like getting everybody on here, on Slack and everything, because that Slack is also new for us as well. So to answer your question, we haven't implemented this yet, so I can't say if anything is better, but I can't imagine things will get worse. So, yeah.
Cool.
Long-winded answer,
yeah,
but
that's cool to me.
Yeah. And then
I like it. Yeah. One thing we're really focusing on is back-end re-signing, because we found that a lot of our clients, they'll go through like 6 months of the program, love their results, they don't stick around. Mm-hmm. So anything that we can do, get reports and figure out like where do we lose people, the reasons why they might not want to extend, all that stuff is going to be huge. And if we can like pinpoint that and then fix that earlier on the process, that's going to be massive for us. So we sign up like 30 to 40 clients, 45 clients a month. And if we can extend 30% of them, 30% of them month after month, then we're going to be in a super good spot too. We'll be making like a boatload more on top of what we're already doing for the front end, because the front end system's like pretty decent, but I want the back end system to complement that as well. Yeah.
Well, awesome, dude. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can definitely make that happen for sure. I don't think you expect this, but like I'm not like some speedy guy. Like it takes, like I'm a human, I'm not robots. Like it takes time to make some of these things, you know? Yeah. So just to set the expectation, you know, like it's with this whole thing with Mina, a lot of it was me learning Notion as well, but a lot of it is just like, it's like the logical thinking of like, okay, if client joins here, they go here, what happens after there? But like still trying to think of all this stuff. So I got like so many, I made these flow charts. I don't know. For sure. It's just like a flow chart, like client joins and then like they do this and then they do that, you know what I mean? That stuff. So just trying to stay organized. So like, yeah, I'm learning, but also like, I feel like Notion now, I'm like, I got it. So anyway, long-winded answer, sorry. Cool. But that's everything. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think I have any more questions. Yeah, I think that's it, dude. I think I'm good.
Right on.
Sweet. I can actually copy this and send it over. I assume if I join your team space, and then you can see all this and go through it. Maybe there's something you like. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down for that, man. Let me know. And yeah, dude, it was great to meet you.
Hey, you too, man. So where do we go from here? So are you just going to send me an invite to the team, or how does that work? Just so I can get started on stuff.
Yeah, well, do you want to get started with us right away?
Not today, no, but like tomorrow for sure, 100%. Like start going, yeah.
Sweet, I like it. Awesome, man. I'll come up with a couple things. I'll get like a little like list of like the things that I'm looking for. I'll send that over to you. You can review it. Let me know where you're at with that, and then we can get you onboarded on the team and all that stuff sometime this week.
Perfect, dude. That'd be awesome.
I love it. It's nice to meet you, Bryson.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you so much.
Let's crank out some content here. Cool, bro. Peace.
Hey, see you later, bro.
See ya.
Damn. They went well. So, yeah, I'm going to talk more probably before this. All right, peace. Okay, this call's with Riley.
Hey, Bryson.
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Whereabouts are you from, man?
I'm from Utah in the U.S. You got an accent. Where are you from?
Oh, sorry, man. I'm going to have to move rooms. They're drilling next door. Okay, 1 second.
No worries.
I'm going to take you with me. Such a pain.
No worries, dude.
It would just be like so loud when, literally just when you talk then.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like your neighbors or something?
Yeah, neighbors. So we live in an apartment building and There must be like drilling into the flooring next door.
Oh, it's super loud.
Yeah, so annoying. Yeah, he's better. How you doing, man?
Doing good. I don't know if you heard me. I'm from Utah in the U.S.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
We're from the Gold Coast in Australia.
You're in Australia right now?
Yeah.
Oh, what time is it right there for you?
So it's only 8 a.m. It's not too bad.
Oh, it's June 10th though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're in the future. This is crazy. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Awesome,
Sounds good, man.
So I was seeing in the chat that you're a wizard on Everfit. Is that right?
I wouldn't say Everfit, but like the back end operations of everything. Like I'm a lot better at that stuff than like front end stuff. You know, because I was a coach for a little bit, and then I just kind of was like, dude, this is not what I want to do. You know, and ever since I made that decision, like for like that little pivot, I've been killing it ever since. I just am so stoked with how things are going. So yeah, it worked for me. So yeah, man, all things back end operation, spreadsheets. I don't know if you use Notion at all. I don't know if I talked to you about Notion, but I used a lot of Notion.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, all that kind of stuff. I geek out with it, dude. It's so fun for me. So
yeah, awesome. I might just give you a little bit of like background of the team that we have at the moment and what we've sort of got in place, and then see what you think about that, what to offer.
Okay, perfect, dude.
We have a operations guy. He's just from Honduras. He's currently been working on Go High Level. That's been taking up like most of his time, setting up that for the leads. That's for more front end side of things, though.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't really have too much systems for our back end. Like we have like a pretty good Google Sheet set up for like the coaches to track where everybody's at as well. We don't have any flows like in Everfit or anything like that set up for the coaches.
Oh,
either.
okay. Like the onboarding flows?
Yeah, onboarding flows,
Okay.
everything too. I just haven't I know that you can do it, but I was like, I don't really want to play around with it. The coaches just send it out manually.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Oh man. Okay.
So the operations guy, he's just on the Go High Level at the moment. I think he's like, that takes up like nearly all of his time. So that's so fine for him to do that.
Okay.
What else we got? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we got like 5 coaches at the moment. We're probably going to be building out to we're trying to get like 2 to 4 every month. That's our goal, to get 2 to 4 new coaches each month.
Wow. Okay. Oh, you guys are killing it then.
Yeah, we're growing very fast at the moment. We've got almost just over 350 clients.
Damn, dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. That's nuts.
Yeah. It's good. It's hard to find coaches because we sort of do shadow coaching to start off with because we don't want to introduce everybody into our community in case they're bad or they leave, so it's really like picking someone who's good but also willing to be a shadow coach for a little bit as well can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah. When I first learned about that too, I was like, wait, you want me to be you? Like they're not going to know Bryson. They're going to think, because I work for Mina right now, so like for a little bit, I was doing a shadow coach stuff for him too. And I was like, wait, I'm you, so like mentally I'm like, I don't know about that, so I get that 100%. That's funny.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, awesome. So that's pretty much what we have set up. I'll show you my Google Sheet at the moment. It's not too bad. Like, Jacobo from Honduras, he set it up.
Who set it up? Would I know them?
Jacobo. So no, he's my in-house guy.
Is that the guy that's doing Go High Level?
Yeah.
Okay. Jacobo, yeah. Jacobo, cool.
He goes by Jacob.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah. It's like his Honduras name.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
So we've got like client stage. That's how we like label what the stage a client is in, how they like to be coached, program level, week of the program, last check-in, like status. We got engaging, lagging, struggling, and pause. And we just added in ghost as well. Then we want how many weeks they've been in the status notes. Like if they've been reached out to, we're changing this to like a number. So how many times they've been reached out to this week. Coaching program, paid in full. So that's like if they know how to pitch them when they say the re-signs.
Okay, cool.
And this is like re-sign status, re-sign offered as well, and program.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Program in date. Okay. Did that whole status and then how long they've been in that status? That's so smart, dude. Never thought of that.
Yeah. Because we want to know like not just like if a client's being green, like we want to know how long they're being able to keep them in the green too.
How do you change that? So you manually come in here like once a week or something, and you say, okay, Bob has been green for, or Bob is green last week, so he's now, instead of 10 weeks, he's now 11 weeks. Is that kind of how you do it?
Yeah, pretty much. So the coach will do their check-in. So what they'll do is they'll increase week 1 all the way up to week 6. If they go to week 6, then this will go to level 5. Then they put in the date for the check-in, and then they'll go, were they engaging last week? Yes. If they were engaging again, then they'll go to 2. They just do it all manually at the moment.
Dude, I like that. The week of the program, that's so smart. What I've usually done is done check boxes with columns, and you just check it off. But that drop down, where you click, and it's from 1 to, I don't know how, probably as much as it goes. Yeah, that's so cool, dude. That's so smart. Dude, simple shit like that. That's so smart. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, cool,
so that's pretty much what we have right now for the check-in process. But yeah, we don't have any flows or anything like that in Everfit.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed that with Mina, the onboarding flow is it's killer, dude, because it's just automatic, and then we do manual follow-ups with the client. So they'll have their onboarding flow. They'll get so we've got messages that go out, and it's watch this video, respond with this emoji once you've seen it. We call it homework. And they'll look at that, they'll respond back, and then we'll kind of track that. Okay, they finished block 1 of onboarding or whatever. And then so he's got multiple coaches, and then they'll do a section here, section there, section there. And then we kind of every coach kind of has a little touch point with the client as they're coming on board. And that's kind of how we track that. So I think the onboarding flow, the auto flows with Everfit, I think they're crazy cool, dude. I don't think they're as expansive or as detailed as they could be, but as far as auto messaging and stuff like that, just knowing okay, Bob is on day 3. I know what message he got today. You don't have to question it. Did my coach send it or not? It's it was sent, no problem. So anyway, I think that's killer for sure.
So what we have, I'll show you our onboarding flow at the moment.
Okay, cool.
We have shadow coaches, but we also have lead facing coaches as well. So if they sign up with Kiara, it'll be hey, name, I just want to personally reach out and welcome you. So excited that you're here and so proud of you, the decision you made. From today, you'll be working closely with transformation coach. And then we've got Hannah or Emma. So then they got to put that in there, whichever coach gets assigned to them. They're one of our top coaches. And then we just say we've picked them out for them as well. But Hannah will be your main support. So then they send them that. So cool. From that account. And then what they do is they'll transfer them to their Hannah or Emma account. And then they'll send them this message. It's hey, I'm Hannah. I'll be going through this and helping you train as well. It's a welcome message. And then it says there's a few videos to watch, how to train videos that we add on their app as well. So go watch these. I'm going to go set up your training and your nutrition plan as well. And then that sort of gives them time to go through their pre-screen training program, set that up correctly. Then once they've completed that, so we get them to sign their coaching agreement too. So once they've signed the coaching agreement, then we can put all their stuff on, but we won't put their stuff on until they've signed that. Then we say, thanks for completing this. While I do this, can you book an onboarding call? And then we just send them through the respective link for their onboarding. And then this is our setup. So they've got check coaching agreement's been signed, nutrition and lifestyle assessment completed.
Oh man, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. So then we got all that.
Okay, so just a big laundry list of the things that the client needs to do. Is that right? Or that the coach needs to do?
This is coach.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Coach, yeah.
Sign. Hot girl recipe book. That's awesome, dude. So I was looking at your Instagram. So I'm assuming it's all females then?
Yeah, all females.
Okay, cool. Sweet, man. This is sweet. So so the coach goes through this list, checks everything off.
Mm-hmm.
Sign macros. Okay, cool. Dude, I already have so many ideas. This is so cool. Okay. Is that the end of this one or is there more?
No, so I think
okay.
That's it, yeah. And then we have a reach out cadence for this is old one, we gotta delete that. There's a reach out cadence for new clients that we're trying to install. It's hey, make sure they reached out in 2 days after this. There's just to make sure that we want the coaches to go in and make sure that they've actually started tracking their macros. And if they haven't, be hey, can you start tracking? Oh, did I do it? New client. Yeah.
Okay. So in Everfit, you have your account and then you have Hannah and Emma as their own coaching accounts as well?
Yeah, so we have 6 coaches who all have a Riley account. They all have a Kiara account, and they all either have an Emma or a Hannah account. So they have 3 accounts each.
Okay. So Okay. Trying to make, so when you say that Hannah sends a message, does the client know that it's Hannah, or is it coming from Riley?
So it's either Hannah, like the actual Hannah, or it's one of the shadow coaches under Hannah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Dude, that's
So we
crazy.
have, like, if they're a Hannah client, a coach, they only have a Hannah account. Like, they don't have a Hannah and an Emma. But everyone has a Riley and a Kiara account as well.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So like all the clients, that's what they have?
No, just the coaches.
Okay, I'm sorry, maybe I'm confused.
Our older clients will be stuck with myself and Kiara, so they're still working with us. But the newer clients, they come in and then they work with either Hannah or Emma. But it's like not Hannah or Emma, they're being shadow coached as well.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess if you have 350 clients, dude, that's a whole different beast, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool, makes sense.
And then like the new coaches that do come on though, they will only work with like a Hannah or an Emma account sort of thing.
So the new coaches that come in, they don't work on your account?
They won't work on my account. We're not going to have any clients assigned to myself or Kiara anymore. It'll be like all assigned with the transformation coach. Like we're heading towards that way.
Dang, dude, that's pretty big stuff, huh? Like kind of with like removing yourself in that respect, right? From the business?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so then like no one's like, how the hell are you like not, you know, how are you with the gym and not doing my check-ins? So,
Yeah. That's so funny, dude. Did anybody ever say that to you?
Nah, no one ever said it.
Okay, that's good. I'm sure people like thought that I'm that way. I'm like, hey, respond to me. You know, I've had coaches in the past, but that's funny.
Yeah,
Cool.
100%.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so we have this reach out cadence. So what I want the coaches to do is like in 2 days, go and check that they've started tracking their macros and then that they're hitting their protein correctly. And if they haven't, give them like personalized tips. Be like, hey, Bryson, like I know we're just getting started, but you haven't started tracking your protein and your calories is going to be a big part of the program. Or if they have, then I want them to do a training review, make sure they're doing the training correctly. If they're doing that, they're making sure they're doing walks, or if they're doing all that, just making sure they know they're doing a good job to start off with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how all this is kind of just like task list, like they did or they didn't. I like that a lot. It's like yes or no, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the messages that the coaches will say will be like a little bit more like in depth of what they need to say.
Yeah, for sure. More like more personal.
Yeah. That's so that's the new reach out thing. The check-in as well. I don't know if this part here we do pretty personalized too. We only do a message though. So it's like hi name, progress and body weight. So the coaches have to edit that based off their progress and body weight. Then their nutrition and calories, they give them feedback on that and training as well. And then everything else has like a bit of like a standard message that they need to know at each part.
Wait, you not do check-in forms then? What'd you say?
No check-in forms. We just go through and we check everybody's stuff. I've just found like in the past, like with the ladies that I work with, like they don't want to do any extra work. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to like sit down. But we just say like, hey, we're going to go through and check everything that you do. And then they're like, yeah, cool. Like so much easier.
So your coaches will send a message like this, personalize it to the client, send it out, and that's the check-in form? Like that's what the client then responds to? So you just ask some questions then?
Yeah, that's right. So there's a couple of questions down here, like have your meal plans prepped? Is there anything that we can do to help you get better results? What do you need from me to be more successful this week? And then there's just like, hey, like you did really well with your, you lost 1 kilo last week. That's really good. And then we get everything to tie-ins. Like that's because you like tracked your calories and your protein. And then you did really well with your training as well. But everything's like a little bit more personalized and in-depth than that.
Yeah, this is kind of like the framework, right?
Yeah, that's right. And then the coaches are like taught to like, you know, if they're consistently being good with their nutrition, to give them like other things, say like, if you keep going like this, your deficit's going to be finished in a couple of weeks. Like, so they're not just like robotic sort of thing.
Sorry, dude, something in my throat there.
Sorry, bro.
Okay, cool. Do you find that this is better for, I don't know, like a client feeling like it's not some kind of automated, like, oh, here's the same check-in form again. Do you feel like it's better, like when it's more personal like this? Because
we have like a different month every week.
Yeah. So I've
gone through and like mapped it out because we do a program, like we only work with like a certain type of lady. So we all have the same program. So we know like what people are going to feel at certain types of the week.
Okay. So like you're super niche down then to like it's one program.
Yeah. We only work with ladies who like have their last like 3 to 10 kilos to lose and want to build their glutes.
Yeah.
Like, there's
okay. Yeah. Good for you guys, dude. That's smart. Okay, cool. Okay, that makes more sense with the check-in process then, because my first thought was like, dude, how do you do that with 350 people? Like sending a message, that's nuts.
Yeah, so the coaches have about 70 clients each that they all look after at the moment.
Yeah.
We want them to be like floating between like 40 and 60. That's just part of the hiring process though.
Okay.
But yeah, and then when we do get new coaches, we sort of just like split them up and then like chuck them under a new account.
Yeah.
We haven't this process for that yet, but
dude, this is crazy. I haven't talked with anybody that's got 350 clients, so this is a whole different animal, dude. This is crazy.
yeah.
Good for you guys. How long have you guys been doing this for?
So online, I've been 3 years online, but I've been a personal trainer for the last 7 years.
Oh, okay. So, you know your way around town a little bit, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, cool. Damn, good for you guys. So I'm assuming, maybe you said this already, I'm sorry. So Kiara, is that her name? Is that your wife, girlfriend, or whatever?
Yeah, girlfriend, yeah, partner, yeah.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a joint, dude. So cool.
Yeah.
Sweet,
yeah, we're doing well.
Yeah, well, it seems like it, yeah.
100%.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Did you have a question about Kiara?
No, you just kept referring to like us, like meaning like you and Kiara, and I'm like, oh, they got to be together. You know, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like we got pretty much all the SOPs sort of set up and everything too. But I just wanted to sort of see what you thought about like EverFit. Like if there was anything that we could, if it made sense to, automate some of it. But again, like we do make it like very personal because we are sending out messages. We are doing calls and looms and that sort of thing too. So we do feel like we need to make sure everything's like super personalized. In terms of like, we just say, teach the coaches very specific things to say. So it's like, if a client says like, hey, like, I'm really struggling to stick to my nutrition with my kids, we want them to be like, hey, like, I know sticking to your nutrition with your kids, like literally say things back to them so they know that like you're talking directly to them.
Yeah. It's not all automated and they don't feel like it's some generic response, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So yeah, we just make sure we're super particular with that. But yeah, is there anything you sort of feel like you could add in here or?
Yeah, I guess it just depends on kind of what you're looking for though, because my first thought was a lot of these follow-up sequences and just like keeping tabs on clients and like all of that I think would be excellent. Do you know what Notion is? I'm sorry, did we talk about that in the DMs?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you know what Notion is? Have you heard of that?
No, I've started hearing about it in the last couple of weeks, but I don't know what it is.
Okay. I can share my screen actually and kind of show you what Mina and I do. Well, I don't want to say Mina and I. It's like what Mina does, but so it's think of like spreadsheets, but for like a team, like a business to track things. Like I'll just show you really quick. So
yeah.
1 second here. Okay, you see this?
Yeah.
So, for example, we have a community manager, and this is her dashboard. So this is what she sees every single day. So she's got where the brand new clients come in. She can move these down to the onboarding process, get them started. This down here is where the clients in onboarding are. So like in your case, you would have your shadow coaches. They would have the clients that just joined this week. So they would be responsible for, this is all fake stuff, but like Reggie Miller. So we could see, like, did they fill out the form? Did they sign the thing? Like that checklist that you showed me of all the things the coach has to do. I don't know if you want to split that up. You could just keep it all. So, like, for example, what in Mina's program, so the onboarding or the community manager, her job is essentially to make sure that the client fills out the intake form and that they make their first post in the community. So she's just going to say, yep, this person did both of these things, and then she initials and says, yep, I verify this is correct. She clicks done, and then like done. Like that, she's just moved out of the, so the onboarding, the community manager doesn't have to worry about that client with this particular step in the process ever again. So this isn't EverFit, but it's Notion, so you can track everything on the back end. So there's all these different databases. So we have different coaches. So like this could be another one of your coaches' dashboard. So like we have it set up so we track their shifts and their hours and stuff. So you just clock in and you just clock out. Like that's it. So it tracks that, sends you a report, sends you notifications saying, coach I don't know your coach's name. Coach Emily clocked in 4 hours today, and this is the time and date, whatever. So it's all automated. You can track that. But same thing. So this coach has their own dashboard. When a client needs an adjustment, we have a thing that's like you put in a little request or whatever. All the coaches can see it. They can see all the ones that are assigned to them. So I'm coming in here and I'm like, okay, it looks like I've got, let's see if it would look like, hold on. It would look like this. So we would have all these different requests. So like Dan Saunders, we need to up carbs by 3,000 grams. Obviously this is fake, but we would see that. And then once I'm done, I would just come over here, click done, and it would just be marked as done. That one already was, but I know there's a lot going on. It looks kind of confusing, but it's pretty much, like I said, it's pretty much just Google Sheets, much more organized and more for tracking. Another thing that we have, so that you can do a lot of graphs and charts and stuff like that if you want to visualize the data. So
sorry, before you move forward on that, with that first one that you just showed me, like how people their task, is this something like the coaches can update? So like if they're doing their check-ins, like, hey, like this client needs to like have meal plans updated, everything like that as well?
Yeah, we actually have that. I can show you how it works. So we have a check-ins right here. So if we are in, it doesn't really matter, but if we're in here, this would be pretty much it. So this is like the check-in, so we can move these out. So I can see that this is May 25th through the 31st. And this could work however, like your drop-down thing with week 1, week 2, that could be something we do here as well. But so we've got the client name, and this is how you have to link it like this. So there's like the master log that the client joins in on, and this is all back-end stuff. So the client has no idea about any of this, but they join the master log, and then there's the onboarding database. So it's like all things onboarding. So like, did the blue coach do this part? Did the green coach do this? Did the, and then there is the client adjustments. So let me actually show you. So if I click on the master log, it's going to have, so this is like all their information. I can go through it if you want, but it's got all information like email, phone, social media profile, like are they paid in full or are they month to month? Then we have all their updates. So this one doesn't have any. Maybe I should go to one that has one, but it would have all their adjustments ever made right here. So every time I make an adjustment for Steve Nash, it would pop up here like, okay, on this day at this time. Let me actually pull one up so I can show you. Hold on. It would show, I'll just do this one. This one's already filled out. So it would show exactly like this. So on May 26th at this time, he wants more food. These are just fake, but this is what we did. It was assigned to Coach Mina. It was completed by Bryson, whatever. It should say Mina. Doesn't matter. When it was assigned, when it was due, and it was completed because it says it right here. And it's a big log. It keeps track of everything. So if you're ever in doubt, you can come in here and see, okay, Bob Smith wants more food. We removed pancake mix, doesn't want fruit. We just have a big long list of, it's just organized. So like, and the cool thing about this is like, it's really hard to screw up. Like you would have to literally type in someone else's name intentionally to make it not link correctly, Same with thing with check-ins, like this person's weekly. They joined on, I guess I can't open that. Usually you can open it, but they joined whatever day. So it looks like they would be for this check-in. It shouldn't say the date, I'm sorry, but then it has their percentage. I'll show you that in a sec. Then it's like the follow-up, so like every other week. So if it was something like this, then, it's David's week, so that's one of our coaches. It's his turn to follow up with all the clients this week. So boom. Then next week it's Andrew. He'd follow up. And then it's Andrew, or then it's David, Andrew, And then that's the onboarding. But it'll have everything kind of there. But with the check-ins, it has their percentage. So if you look at this top one here, so like his first, so where is it at? So his date joined. So his first check-in date was May 29th. That's what it says, okay? So if I look in here, there we go. So that was his first check-in day. So now that it's a new week, we have a new opportunity to check in. So we'll click this off, and you'll notice that this goes 100%. So I can see that this guy's killing it. He's 100% with his check-ins. And you can kind of keep track. You can like make a client leaderboard, It's like out of your 350 clients, you could see like who's killing it, who's in like a certain range, who's below 50%, who's missed all of them, I doubt that happens, but like you can just see that. And the same thing with weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. You have all the different clients for each one with their stats, And then we have the follow-up log. Did you have any questions on any of this stuff, dude? I feel like I'm talking your ear off right now.
No, it's fine. I'm following.
Okay, cool. And then with the follow-up log, it's a very similar thing. So we organize them by group. So again, this is all fake. So we have these clients, they're group B. So that means Andrew, so it looks like it's David's week right here. So David's going to go through and go to this person's link. So how it works is you just click this link. I'll pull it up over here. Just so you can see kind of how it works. I mean, it's straightforward. Like, this is a link to their profile. So I click that and I go directly to their profile. Obviously, this is not the right link, but it would go directly to their profile and I would be in the conversation like that. I could do their check-in. I could follow up with them immediately. Then I would come back and just say, okay, they're done. Move on to the next, follow up with them.
That'll save so much time.
Yeah, check them off, move on to the next, And what's cool, dude, is like, you can't screw it up. Like, you just can't. Like, you can't accidentally, like, if you click on this one, so like if I just click this one off and I'm trying to do Sean, but I accidentally click on Woody, like, I'm going to see that I'm in Woody. Oh, I think I'm actually in there now. Maybe not. I guess it's not loading. But I would see, like, I'm not talking with Woody, or I'm not talking with Sean, I'm talking with Woody. Like, I don't know, dude, you can't mess it up. Oh, here, perfect example. So I'll click on this. It'll take me to their profile. This is actually me. I'm a dummy account in there. But, like, boom, I can just, like, boom, bam, 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 send, and then go back. And then that's done. Like, so I think that's cool. You can sort them. So, like, for your case, you could have, like, the Hannah or the, what was the other one? Hannah and the Kiara, right?
Emma, yeah.
Emma,
Kiara.
that's right. So you could, like, have them sorted however you want. I mean, you got 350 people, so it might look different. But with this, we have it, like, so, like, for example, you have a ghosting. What'd you say it was, like, how long they're in this phase for, right?
Yeah.
So we could absolutely make that happen here. So client status, like, they're killing it, they're ghosting, needs help, whatever. And we could also put a little drop down, like, right. Let's see. We can just put one in between this. It's like, how long have they been here? We could actually automate it. So every week updates, like, if they've been in killing it status for a week, then it would show 1. If they've been in it for 2 weeks, it would show 2. And you can make that happen, like, every Friday or whatever day you do it.
Yeah,
so,
I love that. So if we have, like, coaches, because our coaches only look after their clients, like, no one shares clients.
Even better, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can just make it like, so it's like, if they log in, they see all their clients and then they get all this.
Yeah, dude. That's actually so much better. I think it's even cleaner. Because, like, for example, if you look at the red coach, this is, like, everything to do with him and nothing that's not him. So if it's not assigned to him, he won't see it here. So obviously, so if I'm the red coach, I can come in here and I can look at everything. But if I just come to my dashboard as the red coach, I'm only going to see my stuff. And the way that this works is, like, let's see where. So the way it works is everybody's got an account in Notion here. So if I'm trying to make a new log for a different request, so I'm gonna come in here, click new one, and then I'm gonna assign it to, and then these would be your employees. So it'd be like Emma, Hannah, Kiara, you, whatever. It would just be your accounts. So, like, when I assign it to me, on their end, they would get a little notification up here in the inbox. And then they would see, like, okay, it looks like this. I just got tagged in a new whatever it is,
Yeah, I love it.
And then we've got it set up with Slack as well. So I don't know if you have Slack or if you use that, but we've got it set up so like, you use what?
We just use WhatsApp at the moment.
Oh, okay. I think this can work with that. I'm not really sure, but, like, when certain things happen, like, you get set notifications. So, like, so with the whole shift log I showed you earlier, I showed you this, right? Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the clock in, clock out. When I do that, let me actually show you how, like, the behind the scenes real quick. So I'm going to split my screen.
So with this Notion, like, could you have everybody check in, like add VAs, add...
Yeah. Hey, dude, I just got a pop-up that says time's almost running out. Do you want to... How does this work? Because I don't pay for Zoom. Can I...
Yeah, bro. Let me drop your Zoom.
Okay, I'm sorry, dude. That's
all right.
Cool.
Let me just quickly grab your WhatsApp number. Is that okay?
Yep.
Because I'll send it through there. So it's just so much easier.
Okay, cool. All right, ready?
Hang on, I'll just pop in your name, Bryson.
Wait, it says... I just got a pop-up that says I'm out of time, and it says 0, but now it says 10 minutes left.
Yeah, no, I think you're sweet for now. You got 10 minutes. So where are you? United States, hey? Cool.
Yep.
What's the number, Bryson?
It's 8:01. I'm in between calls right now, so you best not believe I'm sharing my fucking phone number. Gotcha. All right, back to the call. Okay, joining in now. Let's see. Hold on.
Hey man, how you doing?
Sorry, dude.
No, that's all right. No, look, Notion's looking really good, to be honest. But how much like are you looking to sort of take for this, or like asking for to set all this sort of up?
Well, I guess it depends. Like, are you looking for like someone to be part of the team, or just like to do a project and then like bounce?
To be honest, I'm not sure yet. So I sort of want to see like how you sort of going. If you sort of, if this gets set up pretty quick and like you start moving forward, and you want to keep working with the team and, doing a better job than the current operations guy that we have, then we could probably look at, making this like a full-time sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm cool with either. As far as, so is this something you'd want to do then, like kind of this whole Notion thing, or are you looking for something completely different?
No, I love the Notion thing. I think it looks really good. I think it's like it's a little bit hard to wrap your head around it, but I think once you get it right through,
there's a learning curve for sure. I'm not going to say like it's easy. Like there's a learning curve,
Yeah.
But it's very easy to use if it's all set up. It's just, I guess that's why you'd have me to make it easy. But it's easy to use once it's set up. Like you just click check boxes, put your name here,
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I've never been asked like how much, like for one big project. I guess it depends like everything that you want inside. So would you be able to come up with like a big like wish list of like what you'd want, or maybe you can even send me those documents, whatever. I don't want to like, if it's personal info, then don't send it, but like what you'd want it to be able to do, what you want it to be able to track, what things you want it to replace, or you know what I'm saying? Like, cause that way I would be like, okay, I can do this. This will take me an afternoon. This will take me a couple hours, whatever. And then kind of go from there. Cause I honestly have no idea how long. Like it just depends on what you're looking for. Some things are so easy to make. Some things are just, it's hard,
Yeah, 100%. What so like is your goal to be an operations manager? Is that your
So when I actually made that when I sent that message in that group, I actually got like 6 people that reached out. So because I don't know if I mentioned this, but so I was a fitness coach for 4 years, I did it off and on for a little bit, and I didn't really feel it, and so where was I going with that? So I was a fitness coach for a while. I joined the CLA, and somebody said something about a shadow coach, and that's when I found Mina. And then like kind of a similar situation, I was just like, I'm making a mistake. I shouldn't be doing this. So I made the pivot into operations, and I've just been doing it for I've been doing it for Mina, and then I just reached out and was like, kind of want to see if I can do this for other people as well, And so my goal now is to just kind of fill up my time that I have available for this and just kind of maximize that. And then if that turns into something bigger, then hell yeah. But if not, like I'm cool just doing the projects here and there, or if, because right now I'm the operations manager for Mina. I just got off a call with another guy. I think things are good there. So same thing, like 2 hours a day, so to answer your question, like, yeah, that'd be cool. But like, if it doesn't work out, it's all good. Like I'm stoked making this stuff. So it's fun for me.
Yeah.
So
what experience do you have like with other sort of operations? Because like this is really good back end for coaching, but like what about like VAs, sales? Do you have anything with that?
Yeah, I've got some sales stuff. Did you get that big spreadsheet that Brian shared with everybody? It was that big, it's got like 12 different tabs or something like that. Did you ever get that?
No, I didn't get that one.
Okay, I can show it to you if you want. I made that one as well. I love spreadsheets a lot, so like anything that you would need for sales and calculations and stuff, I could show you that. But
yeah,
let me pull it.
It's like what I want right now is, I obviously want the back ends to work so smoothly, make it easier for the coaches. So like the easier it is for them, the more clients they can handle as well.
Yeah.
But I would be able to identify all the bottlenecks. So like, for example, we didn't get the closing percentages for VAs the month before, and so it was like a little bit too late. And then it's like, okay, cool, like maybe I could have fixed that, but they were horrible, so now we're fixing that this week. This month. And just like those sort of things, like I want reports, I want back end systems all in place as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we have big goals. We want to get to like that 500K month.
Oh, I bet, dude. Yeah.
Let
me show you this really quick. So this is actually, I don't think I'm allowed to share that. I'm sorry. Hold on one sec. I signed
That's right.
it was it's PT Dom's tracker thing, and I signed a non-disclosure, so we don't play it safe. So I made this one for Mina. Where is it at? Is it this one? Sorry, dude. Okay, so this is the one that... Where is it? Give me one sec, dude. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's fine, man. But yeah, I think we should start with this. Let's start with this Notion project. See how you go and how you like everything as well. And then we can have like more chats after that, I reckon, because that's like a good sort of project to get your foot in the door. See how, how you like the team, how you like setting everything up, and then if you're like, I can do all this other stuff, then it makes sense, and we can look at like bringing you on full time.
Okay, cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. I just found it. If you want me to share it.
Yeah, share it, man. Definitely.
Okay, here you go. Okay, so it's I don't think this button works. You can click this button and it pops up with, this is all Google Sheets, by the way. Like, you just click through it. You can fill things out. Like, I'll show you how it works. But so you have, do you run ads and stuff, I assume?
Not yet.
You have 350 clients, you don't run ads, dude. Good for you. Dude, you're a wizard. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, so this is for ads. I'll skip that, but it would just, this is all fake, but like, how much did I spend on ads? How many profiles, views did I get from that? All this stuff. All of this funnels down to the constraints tabs, which is exactly what you just said. So I know this looks like a lot. I'll explain. But so like for January, so we can see we spent this much on ads. Oops, go away. I can see I spent this much on ads. I got this many leads from it. This is how much it cost per lead. This is how many scheduled sales calls I got. This actual sales calls that showed. So all this stuff is all in this spreadsheet. So you come into January, so this is leads and conversations. So how many leads did I get on January 1st? How many conversations did I start? How many conversations passed? So I'm sharing this because you asked if I had any like sales track, like the back end for sales. Is that right? Like the sales?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I've got this. We've got the sales calls as well. So like Brian from Instagram, what was the result of the call? He was a no. Kirsten, Facebook, whatever. So for every month, you just click this, opens up. It shows at the very end of the year, like what it is. This is updates live as well, so that's cool. Same thing with renewals, if I go to January, put everything in January. Oh, I guess not. But it would, I'd put whatever in here, and then it calculates it as like front end, back end. They resign, yes or no. Like how many contracts do I have ending? How many people did resign? All that stuff. Yeah. Lead tracker, so like their cold lead, a cold lead, name, notes, conversation status. I sent the details, whatever, and then the follow up, all that stuff. So that's how that works. So anyway, it sounds so funny, dude. I think this is so bad. Like I would do it so differently if I could do it over again. But I would rather put it into Notion. I mean, so certain things I think is better off of Notion. Like something this big, I don't know if Notion would be the best, but like something like
high level as well, which sort of like
that's right. That's right. I forget. So I don't really know how to use Go High Level. I know what it is though. I know it's pretty powerful. I know it's some pretty cool stuff. But
yeah,
do you use that for like email marketing and stuff?
We are going to be, for sure. So what we have is like pretty much like that back end system, but we have like a sales process. So it's just like it's able to see like where they are at in the process because we do all sell by chat. And then we want to be able to like they didn't close, and then it's going to go into the email sequence as well.
You don't do any sales calls or anything?
No sales calls. Just all sell by chat.
Dude, this is a whole different beast. I've said that 20 times. This is crazy. Okay, cool, man. Okay, well, that's the sales. I can put that into Notion, some of it into Notion, and then would have all the fancy graphs and stuff. I don't think I have an example of one, unfortunately. Let me see.
Because once we get like a good coach getting system, like when we can consistently get new coaches, we want to start running ads.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. I think it would be, I don't know where I put it. So it would look like this. This is horrible. It's an orange line. But like you have multiple coaches, more than one data point. Like you would have every piece of data that you could need from any point in time. I can make it like May, June, July, August, all that stuff. And I like the visuals, like seeing the lines in the charts. You can just come in here, you can just change how it looks. I think Notion's very minimal. Like they give you 4 options. Like that's it. So it's like you have this one, or that one. Like that's your options, So you can track everything, get the visual that way. So
I love the time tracking as well, because right now we're just going off like, we trust that you did those hours.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a similar thing. Like in order for a coach to check in, they would have to, like they click clock in. Like, are you sure you want to clock in? Yeah, I'm sure. And then when they're done, they got to find that right shift, which would be this one here because they haven't clocked out. And you clock out. And when I do this, Mina gets a notification that I clocked out. So I've been spamming his ass because I'm trying to make this work, So, so it goes into a channel. And then he would also get notified in this, so the little inbox. So this is you would see. So this is what you would see. If I made this exact same thing for you, you would see all your coaches right here. You would see how many hours each one is working. And then there would be, there's actually, no, this is right. So there's a week view. So in this week, this is what Bryson worked. And this is how many hours total. Obviously it's fake, but.
So and then we could get like admin lady to go in and check that was like correct.
Yeah, and what's cool is once this is all done, you just put your mouse over this, and it would show every coach. So like I'm blue, if you see down there, I'm the blue one. I'm the only coach because I'm the only person in here right now. But it would show blue, Bryson, green, Eric, yellow, Dylan, whatever, and it would show their hours for the week. So you would literally put your mouse on this and look at it, and then whatever you got to do for the like payroll. Like how does that even work? Do you guys do that like weekly, monthly? Like how do you guys?
For our coaches, we do weekly. Like they invoice and we pay weekly.
Okay, cool.
Everyone else is like monthly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you just look at this once a week or whatever. I'm sure I can make it even send you an email. I'm actually positive I could do that. So if I like,
that'd be good. Like I could send my admin lady an email.
I can send it. I can send him an email right now. So I can just send it to. You could put your email, or whoever your admin lady's email right here. This could say something like weekly payroll. I don't know. You can make formulas so I can make it say the current week, and this is the whatever, you get the idea.
Yeah.
But Notion's not free. I think for this one, it's like $20 a user. So however many people you have times 20. And then the whole notification thing for Slack, if you use Slack, I think that's more, I think it's free baseline. But I'm not sure about WhatsApp. I'm sure you could do something. I'm sure, because that's what you guys use. I would hate to disrupt that whole system, but
yeah. I mean, like I said, we're growing like really fast as well. We need to start getting think big business. You know what I mean? We can't just WhatsApp, Google Sheets.
Yeah. Well, dude, Google Sheets is powerful. Like I love Google Sheets, but I don't know. I think having stuff organized like this. I mean, I've never had a business with 350 clients, so I'm not going to speak on that. But I feel like this might be better. So I'm not affiliated with these guys whatsoever, just so you know. I don't get any commission. I just think it's cool. So
yeah. I mean, like, could Google Sheets even do like the Shift Hub, do you think? And like have the link of the client's profile on Google Sheets, like where you could just click to that?
Yeah, you could. It's more complex, but you absolutely could. Like you can make a master sheet that links to all the other ones. Like a whole different profile, so like nobody can see what you see. You know what I mean? Like all the payroll and the hours, if you don't want. Okay. And you can do it that way. And like, dude, I'm cool with setting that up too if you want. But so all the client profiles, that's manual input. So like, I'd have to go in there, copy paste the URL, paste it in there, and then So it's all manual input. But yeah, absolutely, I could do it on Google Sheets too.
Yeah, cool.
Kind of just depends on what you want, dude.
Yeah. Cause I don't know, like I feel like it's the onboarding thing in here is pretty good though. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Like, I can show you this view. It's everything all in one panel. So this would be something for Mina's view, So like as of right now, like this is made up. So like we have 2 clients that are brand new, like maybe just got off a phone call with one of the closers like an hour ago or something. So maybe in your case, this would be the sell by chat. This is how many people are in block 1. So like what's one of the first things that the client does? Like they get a message from Hannah or something.
Yeah.
So this could be for Hannah. So this is Hannah's block. So Hannah, did Hannah send a message? And then you would just click off. You would click off, yes, Hannah sent a message, whatever. And then I'm Hannah, boom. and then I move them on, so it'd be something like that. Block 2, block 3, block 4. So it's just kind of an overview. So if you're getting 5 a week, then maybe in a week's time, or when you say how many people you getting a week, clients wise?
Like 10 to 20, maybe 30.
Dude, that's insane. Okay. So in any given week, you would see like 20 people here. So this is 1, 2, 6. Yeah, I guess it's close. This is like 13, 12, something like that. So it might look like this every day. You can see how many people, whatever. But yeah, so you just go down, you could see, like, there's so much possibility. It's kind of a block software. So like you have a block, like it's a table or a list or a calendar, it's cool. So like there's restrictions there. I think Google, like if we're talking like functionality, I think Google Sheets is king, but you have like the visuals, it's nice, organized, automatic, it's whatever. But yeah, then they would all be
Sheets too. We have like an onboarding flow, like where they check it off, like each sort of thing already.
Yeah. I think that's perfect, dude. Like whatever you want, I think just like a check mark, I think that's awesome. Like, okay, it's done. Whatever it is, One thing that is cool though is whenever a client gets moved, like if you add notes, it's like if I add, a whole bunch of notes to this person's profile, like no matter where they go in this whole thing, they're always going to have the same notes. Like they're always going to have, anytime you make any kind of change, like it's going to sync to that profile, So I think that's one of the coolest things. Google Sheets, it's like Bob Smith exists on 20 different sheets, but like it doesn't know that it's the same person, So
yeah, very true. Yeah, cool, man. Awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, it's looking good. Perfect. Do you want to just send me through an email, pretty much of how long I guess this would sort of take you to set up in our sort of systems, and what you would need from me as well, and then I can just sort of go through that, and then if it all looks good, then we can get started straight away.
Okay, so do you want to do this in Notion, or were you leaning more towards Google Sheets then?
I'm not 100% sure. I feel like the moving around and the clocking in with this is all pretty good. Mm-hmm. But again, just thinking I don't know if I'm just being cheap, but it's $20 per person. My Google Sheets is free.
Yeah, well, there's different tiers. I think. So Mina, we got the $20 one, but there's one that's let's see. There's one that's $10, I think.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Let's see.
I know it's not, at the end of the day, it's not that much, but it's
oh, dude, I totally get it. Yeah, no, you're good. Would you pay yearly or monthly? I don't know. So it'd be $12 a person.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And I don't think that you'd miss out on much. We have this one for the AI, but I'm probably going to tell them to downgrade because the AI is not as cool as I thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got ChatGPT, I'm fine.
100%. Cool.
But yeah, so yeah, $12 a person. I mean, that's a lot better than 24, but I'm not here to sell you on Notion, but it is awesome. So if you want to do that, we can do that. If not, then Google Sheets is cool. But
what do you think is easier to set up and for coaches to use?
I think for coaches to use Notion, but for easier to set up, it'd be Google Sheets. It's just one big grid, it's pretty straightforward to set up. It's not that it's faster, it's just much easier. It's just formula here, this here. With Notion, it's I have to have this block that means this here. To use it though, it's just I think it's better for Notion. It's just visually, that's what I think. But if you're looking for speed and getting the project done sooner, I think Google Sheets. But up to you, dude.
We already have everything sort of set up at the moment, so I sort of want it to be easier for the coaches, to be able to track where their clients are, how many people have they reached out to, get onto their profiles faster like that as well.
Yeah. That whole clicking the profile and going directly to their, if I'm in here, just bam, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can do that with anything. I've got it set up so I can't believe I didn't show you this, dude. Hold on. So we've got it set up. So you use Everfit, so I know you have this problem. But when you go into the inbox, the messaging, how it goes into a conversation and you have to click unread?
Yeah.
Watch this. All right, so you click the button, you go into the inbox, it doesn't put you into a conversation, so you don't have to worry about accidentally reading a message. So I think that's so sick. So you don't have to worry about that. But we've got buttons. So if I go to the group, I don't know, just go to the Blue Coach. So I've got all these links. So Blue Coach, I can go to the check. Well, I guess you wouldn't need this then. I don't know. So for check-ins, we have a button so I can go click that button. It takes me directly to so if I'm Coach Bob, I go to Bob's check-in form and I can see just those responses. So you wouldn't need this. But the point is that we've got different buttons that can take you. So we have Canva, Chronometer for nutrition, ChatGPT. Each coach kind of has their own little toolkit of things they might need. So like the Everfit the tasks, the check-in form. We've got, I guess I don't have any on these ones. Hold on. I was just here. I'm sorry, dude. Hold on. Okay, this one. So we got the Everfit inbox, all the new clients, the intake form, programs, the tasks, Canva for whatever, Chronometer, and we have the Slack channel. So just one click away. So like, I want to see the newest clients. Just who's the newest client? So right now it's Sam. So stuff like that's very cool. You can do the same exact thing with Google Sheets though. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. Okay, cool. All right. So what would you say the main differences are between Notion and Google Sheets then?
Oh, I think Google Sheets is more powerful for like data and stuff, but I think for a user experience, I think Notion is the way to go. Because I think this looks way better than, if I pulled up something like, I mean, you tell me, what would you rather, like there's all this or there's like, I don't know. I think maybe it's just preference. I don't know. We've got a file hub too, so you can sort all your files for your coaches to see, like all the different videos and stuff for training. You showed me that. So
what's that? Is that to show?
Oh yeah, this is just like a big. So we call it the file hub. So we've got all the different. So this would be the table of contents. So sales team documents, sales team folders, onboarding documents, training videos. So if I'm a shadow coach and Mina's like, hey, go check out the SOPs for Shadow Coach or whatever, I'd come in here and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to click this. And you just go directly to the thing, Yeah. You can see that these are Loom videos and they play within here. So if I just click this.
Okay, so let's talk.
Boom, it's already going. So there's that too. I mean, but again, dude, like Google Sheets could do the same thing. It would look so bad, but you could,
Yeah.
Yeah, final answer, I would say for a visual and user experience, I would say Notion, but for like the power and the data and all that stuff, probably Google Sheets.
Yeah, right. Damn. Do you reckon you could set these sort of things up like in the Google Sheets or?
Set like everything I showed you into Google Sheets?
Yeah, you can set up. Or do you reckon it would be easier for Notion?
So I think it would be easier to set up in Google Sheets.
Yeah, right.
And I think it would be faster to set up in Google Sheets, but it's just like, if it's done, I mean, dude, I don't know. It just depends on what you're looking for, because it would be faster for me to do it, but is that better for your team to have to deal with like Google Sheets? Because certain spreadsheets get so big that I'm going to show you PT DOMs that I made, but I'm going to take the names out. So hold on. Just to be safe here. So I am going to, hold on. Close your eyes. You're good.
Sorry, man. I was going to check for another interview.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I don't know if you're seeing this. It's just so slow. Okay, let me delete. Okay, here you go. Okay, so this would be something like an activity tracker or a check-in tracker, So how it would work is, so you put the name here. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. So you put the name in here. So I would say whatever, like their start date. I'll just say it's the the January 1st. And we'll do, so it'd be 1 year. This will update. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's quite a lag there. So I'm going to undo now. Now it updated. So it's just pretty slow, but then you have the date. So it's like, so what they've had me do is, okay, sorry, this thing keeps popping up. So what they had me do is just make it track whether or not it tracks Facebook or if they're active in the portal. So the person who comes in here would just say, okay, they were active on Facebook this week and they were active in the course portal or whatever, and you would just do that for all of the weeks, so we'd be right here because it's June 9th. It's pretty small. Can you see that from what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Okay. So we would be here when I check this off. If I check this off right now, I'm going to show you something really quick. So I'm going to do this. So let me think about this. Okay. So for the last 4 weeks, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got Facebook every time. We've only got the course portal twice. So the Facebook is like where they active in the group, and the PT Dom sign is the course portal. If you open up this, so this is crazy, so bear with me. So if you open up this, it's got all these percentages, and I can make this into a graph so it's a lot less ugly. But this says, hold on. So this says in the last month, Bob Smith was active on Facebook 100% of the time. In the last, same thing. In the last month, they were only active in the course portal 50% of the time, 50%. But the last 2 weeks, they were good. Last week, they were good. And it goes for the entire year. So you can see their entire, everything for the whole year. And then we have these graphs that pop up, and it shows, so for example, right here, this is how many students or clients that are above 66%. And this can be whatever. So this could be 80% for client check-in, or maybe whatever metric you're trying to measure. It's whatever metric you're trying to measure that is a yes or a no. Sorry, something's popped up here. Whatever you're trying to measure that's yes or a no, it can be tracked here, and you'll have the charts for each one. And so this is for all time, lifetime, and these are for the different. So this is the last 2 weeks. This is the last month. So just think of a metric that you'd want to track. You can just visualize it here. So that's what I'm saying. This is so much more powerful than Notion, but it's just kind of choppy looking, kind of hard to follow along. If you just saw this, it's probably what the hell is this? This is what it could look like as you keep using it. So there's just a lot going on, This is so much more powerful. There's so much more data here. And then there's this, so you can compare it. So this is all of May. This is all of June. This is all of, So, dude, just depends, I guess. Depends on what you're after.
With me. I am kind of moving towards the Google Sheets, after just all this. I know, it doesn't look as clean, but leave it with me because I want to think of it.
Okay, cool. No worries, dude. And to answer your first question of what would it take to make, I think I'd feel more comfortable if you gave me some kind of, oops. I think I'd feel better if you gave me some kind of a wish list of everything that needs to be on this sheet or the Google Sheet, what you want to track, how it's, I know it's kind of a big ask, who's using it, what's the point of using it, what are we trying to track here? Just so I know, because dude, straight up, it sucks when I make a spreadsheet and then someone's like, oh, can you track this? It's yeah, but I gotta redo all this because these formulas, they get pretty heavy. And I can probably show you, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah. I totally get that, for sure, man. Awesome. Yeah, leave this with me. I'll message you back about whether we want to go Notion. I'll have a chat with Kiara as well, see what she thinks about everything we just went through.
Cool.
And I'll let you know, man. But yeah, if you want to also send me through what your rates are, or for the work that you need to do as well, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, perfect, man. Sounds good. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the call.
No worries, man. I'll talk to you soon,
Okay. See you later, bro.
Hey, yeah, bro.
Oh, fuck, dude. People be having these calls multiple times a day, back to back. This is nuts. I've only done 2. Not even back to back, and I'm done. Okay, well, I'm gonna play these. You're only hearing this if it's the end of the show, so you wouldn't even know any difference. But I'm gonna play these Zoom calls after I talk, which is what I'm gonna do now.